Need a big ass, but need a big ass, but
my week. And we're audibly live.
We're all live.
Or visually live.
Rock and rolling.
welcome, peoples.
Welcome back.
Hi,
Everybody
everybody.
who's watching out there, welcome to Curse of Strahd number 153. I'm really not... But,
I think it's 10.
What is it, 10?
We're somewhere in there.
You still have us on the...
I know, I forgot to change the name, didn't I? But I'm
Session 10 and a half, the death of Romuald.
Yes, exactly.
No.
The death of Romuald and the death of Harl and the death
Did you guys
of
not like?
Jadir.
Did you guys not like my
You don't show up.
Romuald? Put peanuts on a stick.
I mean, no, I got
that
it.
comment?
I didn't.
I got it, but I felt I got it too
I didn't
late.
get the comment. I didn't understand.
Yeah,
I got it way too late.
Okay.
I got it like the next day, dude.
I didn't realize that what it was until just now when you explained it. So, a joke
I thought I was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. You know,
Yeah.
peanuts on a stick. Romuald.
That part I got.
I spelled it M-U-L.
Yeah.
We're PG, so I'll do number ones to all of you guys.
Number one.
Dang.
Can we get some ones in the chat?
So, let's roll it back just a bit here. When we left off, we were just approaching the swamp, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to roll the time back a little bit to the trip to the swamp from the Yester Hill, where you defeated the druids and Strahd was poking fun at you.
Dick.
Yeah, he was being a real
We
dick.
got
He's blowing raspberries at us, wiggling his fingers in the air with his thumbs in his ears.
Sleeping Jadir.
Mm-hmm.
God, that was so
wow.
irritating.
Okay, so to get from Yester Hill to the swamps of the ruined city of Berez, you have a couple of choices. Looking at the map behind me, Yester Hill is over here, and we know the ruins are over here. You guys did a good job of marking the map, which means you can either cross through the forest, over the mountain to the ruins, or take the slightly longer path through the mountains.
Would this be technically when we're at the Wizard of Wine?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, same general
Yeah.
area. You can either cut straight across, or kind of go
What
around.
if we go up through to Vallaki and then swing down?
Yeah, we also needed to do that
Oh, that's a
because
river,
we
not a road.
No, remember we needed to talk to the. If we're rolling that far back, then we're going to need to talk to the elf people again and let them know that we're going to be going down to the other place.
Right.
Right.
So-
So you have to go to Vallaki.
Okay.
So you went to Vallaki, and then
Then
you're gonna follow
wait.
the river
I
down.
thought we did talk to those guys.
We
We
did.
did.
We
We're
did.
just
But
kinda
we,
we're retconning.
yeah. Just because we have people missing that are going to be missing for a few weeks. Rest
So-
in peace, Romeo.
Rip.
Rip.
So we're
Robbie.
gonna follow the river path down this direction, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Okay. So you guys leave out of Vallaki, heading towards where you believe the ruins of Berez is. You follow the river path, and as you are traveling and get about halfway down the river, the weather starts to turn on you.
Oh no,
Yes.
not the weather.
Yes, weather.
Oh, this seems pretty standard.
By turning, does it mean the sun comes out?
No, I mean it gets worse.
Oh, no. So,
Oh no.
I didn't know we had weather here.
Well,
it's just bad or not as bad?
bad. It's bad, not bad, or worse.
And now it's worse?
Now it's worse.
Uh-oh. We haven't seen worse yet.
Yeah, it's been a while since Girdle's been wet.
The rain starts to pick up as you travel through the day. The clouds thickening and darkening. And soon it turns into what can be described as a torrential downpour. The waters falling from the sky are so heavy that you can barely see in front of you. The wind is blowing sideways, so it seems that the rain is coming from the east rather than straight down from the sky. Lightning flashes. And as you are walking along the trail of the river, you hear a thunderous noise coming from the north. Everybody roll me a perception check.
Oh, I'm doing much better at those than usual. 23.
Does anybody get below a 10?
No, I have 11.
Natural 20.
18.
Okay. All of you are able to identify what this sound is. It's clearly a flash flood coming down the river. You don't know how big or how dangerous it'll be, but you know coming from the area of Lake Zavarovich down to the south towards where you are along the Luma River, there is a crest of water coming. What do you do?
Look for
Tree.
ground.
Yeah.
Okay. So trees,
Yeah.
high ground.
High ground.
Okay. You all make a rush
Trees
for
on
high
the
ground. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity check.
Oh.
22.
Oh, yeah.
19.
17.
15.
Okay. The two of you, if you were riding with Ramul, you hop off his back
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and make for high ground. You scramble up a tree, no problem with the 22. The rest of you either find high ground or clamber up a tree. As you look north, you see this giant crest of water, at least 15 feet tall, rushing towards you.
For flavor, can I misty step up to the top of
You
the tree?
certainly can. So,
I am going to.
Grundle disappears from one spot and in a flash is up near the top of one of the tall trees, clinging on for dear life. As the water rushes by, or comes rushing along, Ramul makes for high ground, looking for a tree that will support his weight, and then he'll be able to clamber up. As he attempts to get up the tree, unfortunately, he is not able to find one that's large enough for him to get up. He tries to scramble up the largest pine he can find, cracking limbs on the way, and as you watch in horror, he falls from the tree, landing on his back in front of this wall of water. You can only watch in terror as this wall of water sweeps him up and pushes him downstream out of your sight as the rain continues to pour down.
I message him as he goes away. We'll get you, buddy. We'll find you.
And all you can hear is, "Help me!" as he trumpets, rushing down the water. You have no idea how far down the river he's been pushed, but he's been swept away by
There's
the
Terry.
waters.
Welcome, Terry.
Terry, you are currently clinging to the top of a tree as a flood rushes by and it has just swept Ramul up in its clutches, and he is...
Dice.
Oh, were you looking for him?
Yeah.
You left him here,
Is
bud.
that why you were late?
No, I was late because, long and behold, my wife, as lovely as she is, she forgot to fill up the car with gas. And she had to last, so when I was ready to go, it's like way beyond E. I'm like, oh.
Way beyond you.
And then I went to the gas station and she just paid bills because we have this thing where she pays the bills, I make the money. And she likes to do this thing where she like almost zeroes my account. So when I swipe the card, I'm like, see cashier. Look at my bank account. I'm like, I almost popped a blood vessel right there. But then I called her up and she's like, it's okay, use my debit card. I'm like, okay. So she had some money in her bank account. But
Well, I'm glad you made it.
Nice.
Well,
Let's play some fucking D&D, boys.
some dice.
as a married individual, I completely understand. I hope my wife's not watching right now.
Oh no.
So it's, everybody who's watching has been accounted for in the chat, and none of them have been your wife.
Oh, good.
It's true.
So, to catch you up, Terry, we retconned just a little bit, rolling it back to when you left Valaki, and we're making your way down south along the river trail here.
Okay.
The weather has turned worse, much worse than normal. You're in the middle of a raging storm. A flash flood has come tumbling down the river course from Lake Zavarovich down to where you are, with a crest of water at least 15, 20 feet high. All of you scrambled up into trees, except for Romuald, who wasn't able to find a tree to support his weight and wasn't able to lumber himself up there, he has been swept away by the river.
So that
should have reduced them.
it's that fight we had.
Why did we take the river?
We're not counting it.
No, this is after the fight with the
Okay.
Druids. You went
Did we
up
get
to
a rest?
Valaki.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah, because I was like almost dead.
Oh, no, we're
You
good.
slept for half the fight.
All right. So swept up, hanging by deer thread. My broskies Romuald just got swept away.
Luckily, they got Luckily, they got out of their baby carriage.
Unfasten ourselves.
It's like, the seatbelt's stuck! The seatbelt's stuck! He disappears without you.
All right.
Yes, Grundle misty stepped from Romuald up into a tree. Poof, poof. And
I don't think Sully has that.
I do.
That's where I learned it.
Oh, nice.
and you can only watch in terror as your vision is blocked by the rain that's streaming down. The wind is blowing so hard it's raining sideways, and all you can see is Romuald disappear down the river in this current.
Oh man.
And that's heading towards Valaki?
Heading south.
South. Oh.
It's heading south.
Oh.
Conveniently towards the caves that we're eventually
That we're going
Yeah.
towards. Yeah.
So we may find them
We
after
might
a certain
find
amount of time.
If we'll have to look.
You have to look for him. Yes.
Oh no.
Maybe like 3
Yeah,
sessions worth.
I'm going to.
We find him and he's like even more barbaric.
Yeah, I'm going to message him as he's going
He's
off
20th
and
level,
kind of
yes.
just. Romuald, make some sort of sign that we can find you. Some sort of anything once you get a grip.
No response.
6 seconds.
He's out of range.
And he is
Go.
tumbled down the river. You have no idea where.
Romuald,
Curse you, Strahd.
okay,
He's-
you made it at least 20 feet.
As the rain's coming down, at the very least.
And I'm going prestidigitation in his mouth.
Dry mouth,
Keep
dry
it-
mouth, dry mouth, dry mouth.
Keep it as dry as possible.
He's the most sturdy of us all.
Evidently not.
Well, he's also the thickest.
Maybe you should have made him bigger so he could withstand the wave.
Or he should have held on to a tree instead of trying to climb it.
Yeah.
The trees aren't going down, but
He might have pulled us all down then.
not our tree. We're in different trees.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm all the way over here now.
I am so thankful I have another arm now. This would have been so difficult to climb.
Awkward, yes.
Don't you have like 6 out of 6 sevenths or something?
No, it's like
No, it's
5 or it's almost fully
No,
grown.
no,
man,
it's
isn't it?
it's 6/7.
Oh, it's 6/7. I thought it was fully grown. Oh, so it's like here's your regular arm, here's this arm.
Yeah. It's,
You buy the irregular shirts, you know.
Roar, make sure not to lose my arm. I plan on using that when I return the ring.
Yeah, it's right.
Uh-oh.
Floating down the river. Yeah. Got it right here.
Good.
Not very good deception.
I believe you.
You believe him, yeah.
No, I'm just proficient.
So as the crest subsides, the river banks still flooded and overflowing, it eventually becomes safe to clamber back down from the trees and protect yourself.
I just jump. I actually have good decks.
I fall.
As I was backflipping through the blades, remember that?
Yeah.
Got a +6 to my acrobatics. So.
I have a -1.
Oh my
So
god.
if we're
You're
Acrobatics ain't nothing until you get a 14.
You are confronted with the issue of either going to search for your friend down the river, who knows where he has been washed to, and even if he's still alive, or continuing on to the ruins of Berez, and then from there on to the Amber Temple, knowing that someone will be waiting for you there a few days hence.
Yeah, we don't really have enough time to find him. Let's just fast track this thing.
I will.
I mean,
He's going to be heading in this direction,
Well, maybe we'll see him on the way down.
and we're heading in the direction of him either way.
we can.
he knows where to
Sully and
go.
I can kind of just, send out a message every now and again if we want to, find him.
That's too much work. Let's just go.
He knows where we're going, and so hopefully we'll be able to meet up at the same spot
You know what
at
they
the
say?
very least.
Elephants always forget, so we should really be looking for him, actually, now that I think about it.
Does message let you know
I'll
if
have
he's
to
alive?
go over some of these sayings with you later on.
Yes, if he responds,
If he responds, yeah, he'll we'll definitely know he's alive.
He'll know he's alive and within 100 feet.
Yeah.
120.
120.
Just keep spamming message. Reveal.
Romeo.
You have 8 hours free when we're all resting. Romeo.
I mean, I do, but
Every hour.
Every degree on the...
So the runes, go meet the elves.
No, the ruins is where the witch with the other heart of the seed, the pine cone of destiny.
And the sword we're looking for.
Oh, and the sword that somebody wants. Who even uses swords here?
Romul.
don't. I've seen you well with a blade.
This is a rapier. It's like it's actually, I think it's a letter opener.
If it's a rapier or a short sword, you should be fine.
I mean, I've used this one. It's like the silver short sword. It's like a great sword in my hand.
Yeah.
I wish it was a glaive.
You can always just tape it to the end of the other side, so you have like a dual scythe.
That was my plan. Don't steal my ideas.
It's just dawned on me. We're all a little bit on the stout side, aren't we?
Hey,
I'm pretty nimble.
that's true.
Well, I mean, what do you consider stout?
He's just
Not
short.
Romule.
I'm also fast.
Oh, that's not okay.
And I'm really good at.
You mean short?
Yes, but why?
Stout means something else.
We're short.
You're short one man, yes.
We're short one tall man.
Made up
No,
literally.
Divine voice in my head, that was funny.
It's fine. We have the power of talk.
So, you travel,
Really?
discussing the
That's the problem.
relative size of your party. You travel southward towards where on the map it's been indicated the ruins lie. And as you approach the ruins, you find yourselves approaching this point on the map here.
During the walk, I'll go ahead and switch my transmuter stone to proficiency in Constitution. Is it advantage or proficiency in Constitution?
Proficiency in Constitution saving throws?
Yeah, proficiency.
I think it's just proficiency in
Or
Constitution.
you can make it so you can cast
really make
stuff.
it
Does it
Yeah,
do-
that's
what
the
else
thing.
does it do besides that?
Resistance and then movement speed.
I think it could concentrate on a spell too, right?
Well,
Like you
No.
can have it cast haste on someone.
No.
no, that's not how that works.
No, it's,
What stones have you been
it's
using?
It's proficiency in Constitution saves, 10 additional movement speed, or resistance to either fire.
And I think you can like blow it to do something, but
That's later on.
okay.
So, you continue along what's left of the trail after the flash flood has passed by. Rough going, as there are now tree branches and muddy terrain to slog through, even on the trail.
Yep.
By the way, that whole trip, that rushing water reminds me of when my father taught me how to swim.
Oh, swim.
I summon Eva.
You can swim.
Not well. You saw how I learned.
Every step every time I lift a foot up, prestidigitation. Prestidigitation.
Take one step every 6 seconds.
You are left behind.
You want to ride up here with Eva?
Yeah, yep, let's go.
All right.
And as you slog along on Eva, this is definitely not her terrain, as the dirt and grass and such become even more marshy as you travel along the trail, and it hugs the river quite closely, but you don't see any sign of Remule or.
I'll while I'm on Yuva, I'll vamp into Ed, and I'll just send Ed out about 100 feet ahead of us, looking ideally for Remule or any sign of a massive crater left in the ground where
An elephant-shaped crater.
Yeah. Remule was here. You know.
Before you see any sign of Remule, Ed actually sees what appears to be a ruined village ahead of you.
Okay. I'll have him swoop in towards the village and do a once around.
He does a once around, and what he sees is what's clearly a village that has been abandoned for many, many decades. It is sitting in the middle of what is now can only be described as a swampy marsh. Clearly was not built in the middle of a marsh, but something has happened to cause it to be taken over by the marshlands and the swamp. You have him swoop over, and he sees a number of ruined buildings and what appears to have once been a manor, a large building.
I knew it.
And this is about how far out from me did he get that to there? Like, did he go the 100 feet?
Yeah.
That's what he saw?
Yeah.
Okay.
As you approach this area of village, it's filled, the land has now become tall reeds and pools of stagnant water. A thick shroud of fog covers it all. Through the fog, you can the fog. You can see scattered old peasant cottages. Their walls covered with black mildew and mold. The roofs mostly caved in. They seem to be sunk down into the mire as if they were hunkering down in the mud. They have long since been abandoned. Everywhere you look, black clouds of flies, biting flies, swarm about. You begin to get attacked by these flies every once in a while, biting and nipping at your exposed areas of flesh.
That actually hurt.
On the far side of the river, everybody roll me a perception check.
It almost was a natural 20, but then flopped to the 2. It becomes an 8 for me.
23.
20, not natural.
8.
8.
We're in deep discussion.
I'm trying to eat the bugs.
At this point, I've
Open your mouth.
vamped back to myself. I've let you guys know that there was this thing going on, so just so there's no, like, I was in my bird, how did I see it?
As you approach the flooded village on the far side of the river over here, you two notice a flash of light. Flash, 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 flash. And it goes dark for a little while, and then seemingly in your direction, flash, flash, flash.
Is it like closer the second time, or
No.
Distance?
I know you know this one.
Actually, I do.
What's cool magic?
It's not.
It's
I
not.
know.
It's almost as if.
That's a joke. I joke.
Maybe 1,000 yards away from you right now.
Oh, wow.
It's a long way.
is it particular?
10 foot.
It looks like some type of man-made light.
Okay.
Elvis?
Well, that's what I was thinking, but it didn't sound like it.
Go on, spit it out. Spit it out. Spit it out. Go on.
There's light
Yeah.
What?
flashing. Why are you so
I-
loud? Flashing.
These
It's all right.
the squares on this map are 100 feet.
Holy hell!
Jesus.
Those are big buildings.
Take you about 2 turns.
You are there, and the flash of light you see is over here.
1 turn with dash.
Okay, I don't think we can get across that river.
Toss me.
Can I tell if it's like a code or anything?
It seems like it's got a rhythm to it,
Mm-hmm.
but it does not appear to be any type of code.
Does not appear to be thieves' camp.
It does not appear to be things.
Dang. The one thing I know.
How strong does the current seem? Is it trickling?
It's the river's no more than, let's see here. I think it's only like 5 feet deep.
Oh,
No.
that's bad for all of us almost. That's awful.
Yeah, we're all like 5 feet up.
We're hopeless.
Except me, I'm on Yiva.
5 feet deep, 300 feet wide.
5 feet of water would wash away a camel.
Yeah.
But it appears to be slowly moving. If you wanted to try and cross, you certainly could.
Alright.
Does it seem like a ability check cross or saving throw cross?
More like ability check.
Guidance.
How you said it's,
300
those squares are 100 feet?
Yeah, so it's 300 feet across.
Oh my
Are you
god.
strong?
Yeah, I guess.
Hold this. I hand him the edge of a rope I have that's only 30 feet. Or how long are they? Like 100 feet?
They're 50 feet.
50 feet. Okay, I was in between those.
Well, how about we all
Are we going to tie ourselves together?
Yeah, we all
that
tie
seems
each
like a
other
good
up.
idea.
Yeah, so if one person drowns, we all do.
That's not how that works.
Isn't it?
Well, I know that I wouldn't drown, and nor would Grundle. So as long as we get near shore, we can just.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I don't breathe water.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. I was like,
We only
I don't
have
know.
250 rope between the three.
I didn't know
Between the 5
gnomes
of
had
us.
gills.
No, I would have suggested chain, but that's also probably a bad idea.
That's an awful idea.
That is.
It's also an elephant.
God.
Yes.
But yes. Okay. Oh my. Then so at the shortest
I have no
spot, it's about 300, 250
And
maybe.
it's not 5 feet. It's not 5 feet edge to edge. I mean, you can wade a good 50, 60, 75 yards in without much trouble, and then if you were to make it across to the other side, your camel will probably make it with no issue whatsoever.
I'm going to stay on the camel then.
Alright.
Oh,
Or we can put the rope with him on the camel, and he can help us in case we have troubles.
Okay. Yep.
Ah!
So you take the lead edge of the rope. You're still riding with him
Yeah,
on the back
I'm
of the
staying on the
camel.
back of the camel.
Okay. Give me a
Pull my rope up just in case.
athletics check for your camel.
Ooh.
For your camel.
for your camel.
For your camel.
Not you. have
He's
a
like, well,
chance?
why are you telling me that? If it's not dexterity for this and strength, then I got a 17. If it is dexterity, I got a 22.
Okay.
A camel has a +3 strength.
Oh, perfect.
Where's your...
Is it proficient with athletics?
You're alright.
It would be, because I am.
It doesn't get
Oh,
proficiency.
is that part of the
No.
spell?
I was going to say +3. Oh, no.
That's a whopping 6.
Should have guidance the camel.
Okay, so the camel starts having difficulty struggling the way across. Give me another roll to see if it falls over. Give me a dexterity check for your camel.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
It's like a
They have a -1 dex.
Oh dear.
This is going to be interesting. 5.
Fivers!
So your camel falls over in the water. Both of you give me a dexterity check.
Can it be athletics?
Athletics, sure, why not?
Alright.
Going the way of the water.
Whichever is
Are you kidding me?
God, this dice is...
Bro!
What's a 0?
Get rid of that, dude.
This dice
What is
like
this?
slaying
You said
me.
dex?
Dex or athletics or dexterity.
Athletics, you can do athletics, do athletics.
8.
7.
Still a natural 1, though.
Okay, who's got the other end of the rope?
Oh, I'm tied up.
So am
I
I.
was holding on, but I let go
Give
when
me
I
a
saw this
strength check,
going
you
on.
two.
Okay.
What check?
Strength.
Strength, okay. Crap, I have a -1.
19.
19?
Alright.
Oh, fuck me. It's not a...
It's always a fun
9.
positive thing.
9. You fall over in the water face first. You're now floundering at the edge of the river. You hold on and actually are holding these two. The camel is washing away down the river.
How far?
But how is Guar?
How far are we?
Guar, you let go. So you're standing on the edge of the river going,
Did I make it across with my 20 or 17 or 22?
you haven't crossed yet.
I haven't tried.
You're still on the.
Okay.
Oh, then why do I even know?
I don't know.
No, he only asked for the camel to roll.
Oh, I thought we were all rolling.
No, I have the
There we go.
camel, and then those two when they fell off the camel.
And then
the camel
us
fell
two
over,
when we got
and those
trapped.
two because they're holding onto the rope. You said you let go.
Yeah, I did I wasn't tied up. I was holding on to it because I was like, use this.
Guar, could you help? Guar. If I go in, then you lose the ring.
Okay, give me strength.
15?
15. Okay, so between the 15 and the 19, you two are
That's
now
really good.
floundering at the end of the rope.
Can I get my footing?
Yeah, you get your footing. And
Can I try to swim? Or
yeah, which direction are you going to swim? Are you going to swim back towards?
How far out did we go?
Oh, you guys made
Probably
it.
not very far.
Let's find out.
It's like 20 feet.
We're into like 6 inches of water.
super slippery rocks.
Like,
You guys made it over halfway, probably about 70% of the way across.
Over halfway. The rope's not that long.
You
Yeah,
guys
it is.
tried it together.
250 feet.
I'm thinking it was just 150-foot rope.
No, they used all the rope. I was just at the
other
end.
side.
I'm gonna try and make it.
At you're 85% of the way across, so that would put you 200. That would put you about 50 feet from the shore or so.
outside.
But if you do Misty Step, you can Misty Step into the shallows and just stumble out of the river.
I'm
I'm gonna try to.
and I'll go to the shallow.
Okay.
I'm trying to get to the shallow.
So we're now tied to the abandoned camel.
No, the camel wasn't tied. It was tied to
It
him.
was just us.
Okay.
Yeah.
The camel's gone.
Now the rope's taut and you're just swimming in place.
I'm gonna try to go with it.
You're gonna try and cross?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I make an athletics check to try and?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
The rope got
Oh boy.
32 pounds lighter.
Wow.
Dude, stop using that dice at this point.
What's your roll?
Another one.
Another natural.
Yeah, that thing is weighted wrong.
Wow.
Get
Like,
rid of that die.
God. Fine for me.
It hates me.
17.
Everybody else want to give it a go?
Yeah.
no, I don't. I just think, oh no, my dice. Oh, okay, thank you.
It's fine.
Hates me.
Is it your tray?
I don't know.
Well, I have
Oh, no.
this wonderfully made tray by Michael,
I do too.
made from things from Michael's.
As a matter of fact, yes.
Do you ask for like store discounts altogether?
Although it is a comedy of errors,
As soon as I make it out of the shallows, I'm like prestidigitating myself every 6 seconds to dry off.
God.
all of you eventually make it across the river in one piece.
Jodir!
For the camel.
Aren't you strong?
I am.
I gotta go in the water.
Are you still sleeping?
No.
That was like the equivalent of one of his fireballs.
I know, man. What the hell?
I'm just gonna go.
Even
walk
I was
away
able to pull the rope better than you.
and just like start doing this in the corner, like why?
You might want to prestidigitate him. He's in pretty heavy armor with
Water
wet.
That's- We have a light to go to anyway.
So,
This is a person just watching us this whole time, which is what I think it is. They're like, maybe I shouldn't have gotten their attention.
Almost certainly.
so they're about 600 feet from you. You see a dozen moss-covered stones, monolith-like, 15 to 20 feet tall. Somewhat like if we were to picture it in modern terms, Stonehenge.
And do we see anyone over there from where we're standing?
The light continues to flash.
Okay.
Are they in a circle?
I stealth
The
ahead.
light is coming from the circle.
Ooh, all right. To the circle.
Okay.
I stealth ahead.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
Natural 20.
Wow.
How far ahead would you like to go?
Until I'm in visual range of whatever the flashing light is.
Okay, so you get about 60 or so feet away, and you see, as I said, these weathered, ancient-looking stones, 15 feet tall at least. Some of them leaning over to their side a bit, and you see what appears to be a peasant, maybe, dressed in traditional Barovian clothing, carrying a lantern, and it's a hooded lantern, and she's trying to catch. She doesn't see you, but she's trying to catch the attention of the rest of the group with her lantern.
I ready a crossbow bolt.
Okay.
And I lie in wait.
Okay.
Hey, Gua, what do you got up there? Message.
Hey, Guar, what do you have up there?
Hey, Gordon!
I start walking.
Guidance. There's a poor person. Should I shoot him? To you.
Guidance.
Male or female?
Female.
Ooh.
We better not.
I don't know.
We better not.
Can't tell from this
I
distance.
thought you shot the unarmed doorman in the back.
He's trying to repent.
Wait. Shh.
He found the error of his ways. He's repenting for Torm.
Trying to not.
I'm going to start making my way
Don't light
in
her
her
up
direction.
just yet. Let's see what's going on before you unload.
Alright, I sit there waiting.
Okay. As you guys approach the leaning stones, she puts her lantern away and beckons you closer.
I flash the green lantern in her direction. Can I make out more features?
Yeah, she appears to be a Barovian peasant of some sort, and has the lantern is kind of crouching behind one of the stones as to not be seen by the village across the river.
Yeah, you might want to.
But not shine the bright light.
It's not bright.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
it's not.
I thought it was bright.
No,
Oh,
it's
so-
if
It's got a candle in it. So
Oh,
it's-
okay.
I guidance myself because it took a minute
Yeah.
to get over there.
Right.
Hello?
Hello, come closer. Shh. Come within the stones. Within the stones.
I come with... not thinking about it, I go within the stones.
Okay, you
I
enter
stop.
into the circle of stones.
We should have at least one of us.
All of you.
I enter into the
Arcana
stones.
check.
Oh shit. Do I get my fancy gnome thing for this?
Probably.
Or is it
Can I use my dwarf thing? What kind of stones are these?
so twice my
Go and lick the stone before you enter.
twice my proficiency bonus on history checks relating to magical, technological, alchemical. Okay.
Definitely.
Alright. So Arcana.
Actually, can I check what kind of stones these are? Because that might be helpful.
These are ancient granite stones.
Okay.
You don't even need to roll for it. As a dwarf, you can
Okay.
tell that
Okay,
these.
so, granite.
28.
Okay. You can tell that they're granite stones, and you can also tell that they have been here longer than Barovia.
Oh, jeez.
28.
28. With a 28.
You know this is an anti-magic circle.
Like I'm like right. I didn't cross in. I'm standing like right on the
Same here.
Yeah.
cusp.
Right on the cusp. These stones are older than any thing in Barovia. Any building, any monument, any landmark. You do notice that they are somewhat similar to the megaliths that you saw over at the old bomb grinder. There were standing stones there too, with runes carved into them. The circle is about 100 feet across, and they're spaced out at about regular intervals. Some of them, due to age and weather, have begun to shift and lean. But as you look at them and study them more closely, you see what appear to be glyphs carved in them that represent animals. They seem to be, you can recognize maybe a bear off of one or an elk off of the other, and a few other animals if you take time to inspect them, you could recognize more animals.
No. Any elephants?
No elephants. You using what you know of magic and arcana, you can make a guess that these are probably druidic stones of some sort. And
We killed our truck.
you can sense that within the stones, that anything that's being targeted by divination magic or scrying will not be seen.
Everybody into the stones.
A divine sensor.
Okay? She's human.
Okay.
Gua, put down the crossbow and come inside.
Come in the stone.
I walk out of my bush.
The bush just walks towards the
What is
stones.
it? I have like a ghillie suit on.
The way you did that, it was like you open the door of the bush and walk out.
He managed to make a door in this small time.
It's like, what? I'm really good at one thing. Apparently. So 29.
What's your name?
My name is Muriel Vinshaw.
Pleasure to meet you, Ariel.
I am a friend of the Martikov family, the Wizard of Winery family.
We're familiar with them.
We've done some refurbishing to that recently.
Yeah, we
got the
killed
guy-
all those people that were attacking.
Yeah, we
Yes,
rescued one of the
They
stones.
told me of your group.
Okay. I really like what these stones do, by the way.
Yes, they're an ancient magic.
Are you ancient magic too?
No, I'm just a peasant.
Very well.
Insight check.
No one is just
Okay.
No one is just a
Oh,
peasant.
wait, hold on.
Your life is as valuable
I want to make
any
sure I
of
wasn't
ours.
fishing in it. Oh.
Not.
I tell her the Morning Lord and Torm smile down upon me.
Oh, 17.
She is hiding something.
Okay.
I go back to the bush.
I take that back. I'm just kidding.
Do we want to know?
I can cast.
Yes.
I will cast Detect Thoughts. Okay.
Okay.
Divination magic.
Oh no!
You would know this.
I would know that.
You're a wizard, Harry.
So I sit down and I go, I'm a little upset. Primarily because I can't read your mind right now because of these stones. What's going on?
Strahd can.
I have been sent by the family to warn you of what you were coming across, to give you information about the city of Perez.
Oh boy.
Well, that's convenient.
Perez was abandoned long ago. The original villagers, there was one among them, a young lady named Marina. Marina bore a striking resemblance to the one that you know as Tatiana. Strahd came and visited her much in the same way that he visits the young lady now. He seeks to turn her to a vampire. But before he could seduce her, the Burgermeister of Perez, with the aid of the local priest, killed Marina to save her from Strahd's curse.
See, I'm not the only one here. Come on.
You don't die.
A priest did it.
Don't even try
A
it.
priest did it.
Don't.
Save her.
Oh God.
I saved her too.
We killed her
Kinda.
husband. No.
If you could continue. It's a complex story.
But nobody truly dies here. And I start having a PTSD moment of when I died.
Yeah.
Brain blast.
Her soul, as you know, has been reincarnated more than once.
God.
Tatiana's. This was one of her incarnations.
Tatiana, not Marina.
Tatiana.
Okay.
Well, Tatiana became Marina. Marina was killed, and then Marina became, I'm forgetting her name.
The one girl that we rescued a while ago.
with
So we are good adventurers, minus a couple gray areas.
Wait, so she knows who Marina
We know.
became?
Yeah,
I know we know.
everyone knows.
Ismar.
Yeah,
Everyone
the one who's talking to you?
Yeah.
No, yeah, she does know. She knows the history of the village.
Irina, right?
Irina, thank you.
Yes.
So Irina
Marina turned into Irina.
is the current incarnation of Tatiana.
Fighters. But wow.
But back to my narrative.
Yes.
Strahd killed the priest and the burgermeister and caused the village to be swallowed up by the swamp. The villagers had to leave the village and it has been abandoned ever since. But it is now home to a new threat. One Baba Lasaga.
Oh, that hurts. It's so bad. Okay.
Do not blame me, I did not name them.
That's a name.
Writers.
I like it. What's so wrong about it?
Baba Lasaga is a powerful hag.
We've killed like 3 of those.
She is more than you have met before.
That's not good.
Oh, dear.
Is she Lita Coben?
She does not.
Oh my god.
Baba Lasaga was once Strahd's nursemaid.
Oh dear.
Oh god, he suppled from her nipple.
You didn't say wet nurse.
What?
You said nursemaid.
Why is that your first thought?
Because he's that way.
Just a known thing.
You just want to picture Strahd as a baby, so you...
So you feel better.
Making me feel bad.
Killing children.
I didn't say it.
Yeah. Nobody kills children.
It's okay.
No, it's a grown Strahd. Look.
Oh, no, that was worse! Those hags are so creepy looking.
Oh god.
Anyway,
My
The
mind.
most disturbing part.
Strahd was born, as you know, to Queen Ruvonia,
Yeah, I failed.
Strahd's biological mother. But he had a second mother in his nursemaid. She is the one who raised him. She is the one who saw his first potential for greatness.
She corrupted.
When Strahd was still a baby in his crib, she cast protective spells upon him and crept into his nursery to sing magical rhymes to him on stormy nights. She is the one who placed the spark of magic within him, so he would become a spellcaster. It is eventually that Queen Ruvonia found what Baba Lasaga was doing to her child and drove her from the castle. Despite these horrors, Baba Lasaga, thank you.
We can shorten that to Bobby.
Baba still believes herself to be the mother of Strahd. During her exile, she's made many sacrifices to Mother Night. It is Mother Night, the goddess, who allows her to cast her magic. She now lives in the center of this swamp and makes war against the were-ravens that populate Barovia. Mother Night has given her many gifts due to her devotion. Not least among those, the gift of longevity and long life.
Is she like the antithesis to the Morning Lord?
Mother Night is the goddess of death, corruption. She is the one who the were people, who are not the were ravens, worship.
That's that. She probably cursed all that gold we picked up.
Yeah.
So, if we kill the Mother Knight, then we'll just be good, right? How hard would
Yes,
that be?
if we did that, we would probably be good.
Dude, we'd be next level, boy.
I don't think.
That was great.
How do you know all of this?
I am the caretaker of the knowledge of Strahd in this area. I know many things.
Do you know where the sword is?
Can we?
Yes.
Would you
Cool.
mind stepping
Where is it?
outside
It's
for
in
a moment?
the hut of Baba Saga.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's awesome, huh? Hey guys, I found the sword.
Yes.
Yes, we know it's there.
Come on, you want to steal it?
Of course. It's probably worth a lot.
Go steal it.
I personally would love to get inside that mind of yours. Just to know all the knowledge you know.
I've heard that before.
I bet you have.
Do you want me to cast the zone of truth on her?
That's
Divination, dude.
It is.
I turn to him and I go, Jadia, how long have you been a holy man?
It's enchantment.
Oh, is it?
Ah!
Oh yeah, but they
You can
should
do
just
that.
not say anything.
Yeah.
It's also a waste of a spell when we're about to get in a big ass fight.
Yeah.
But it's not divination. It would force her to tell the truth.
If she spoke,
Wait, what was the peasant's name?
Muriel.
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 then I have to torture her.
Yes. Yes. It's getting ready.
Torture a peasant girl.
For the truth.
Muriel,
Yes.
we are eager to put an end to Strahd. And to do that, we need to get to the sword. To do that, it sounds like we need to get past this Babala Saga.
Baba Yaga.
Do you know any weaknesses?
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'm not aware of any weaknesses that she has.
Is she like resistant to if I use this, hold up the rapier, or this, hold up the silver short sword? What do you think would probably be better against her? If you had a guess.
Silver is more for undead. Sounds like she doesn't die. That's the difference.
Yeah, I think they'd be about the same.
Okay. So then
Which
I can
is
use
point
this.
here.
Huh?
Which is point here.
I pull out my crossbow.
Poke yourself with both. No, I should. No, stop.
You can't. Can't turn her around.
I missed myself.
Right before you go to stab yourself, I press the dictation a little wind gust just to get it. Well,
Weaknesses or not, you seem to know quite a bit about her, and
what about? So now are the village that we saw coming up that was across on the other side? That's not the ruins of Perez, correct?
That is the runes of Brest.
Oh, it is.
And that's
the
where we
ruins.
want to go.
And
I thought it was on
that's
the
why
right.
we're in the circle.
Okay. I thought the way the Barovia map, it looked like the ruins of Perez were here, and that rundown place was like here.
That was what Birdie put. Because we're kind of like filling out the map
Okay,
like
my
old
bad.
school.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you
What,
didn't know exactly where it was on the map. You just knew the general vicinity.
So, what other things might be in the ruins that we might be expecting?
Babala Saga has many minions. She has her scarecrow people.
Oh,
Scarecrow people. Oh.
We fought those. They weren't that difficult.
the ones that froze like half of us in place.
Yeah.
They weren't that difficult. They didn't do anything to me.
Burned.
That's true. I mean, I was fine also.
They burned very well as well.
That's true. All right, I'm ready.
Did you want to ask her something, Sully?
That was generally what I wanted to ask.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Is there any other like interesting places to loot around here, right? Besides this ruin?
To loot?
Yeah.
I think he was a thief.
I messaged Sully. Fair assumption.
Was.
And she,
He's great at killing burgermeisters.
It's one of my one things.
Like your one thing just keeps on changing.
Yeah. I just keep doing that. I was wondering, I was like, they're gonna notice eventually, and then I'm gonna stop. Cause
Just south of here is the ruined mansion of, and I do not even know how to pronounce this because it is in some Barovian language. ARGYNVOSTHOLT.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It's like Agnostovich or something.
Agnostaholtz.
I know the name of
Argon
Hell yeah.
Who's Eastern European?
I do
Quick.
names.
Not anymore.
All right. Thank you for the information.
Oh, wait.
Let's go south. now.
One more question. Sorry. Do you know a better way across the river?
If you probably saw how he tried.
It wasn't that bad.
Or
For you and I.
Could you help us and perhaps cast some kind of minor levitation?
Why don't we? Hey, how about we do this? We go up a little bit further and we start swimming diagonally, and then we won't be
So
fighting
if we,
it.
like,
It's just how you normally go across rivers. It's just not that hard. Like we made that a bigger deal, I think, than it needed to be.
Yeah.
Something tells me that.
Yeah, it's fun for me.
It was the rocks.
So like,
They're slippery. It's not my fault.
People generally don't cast magic innately.
Just across from here, there is a ford of shallow water, which you should be able to cross over without any difficulty.
Thank you.
Do you know anything about the you're a friend of the Wizard of Wine. Do you know she's supposed to have one of the seeds?
the acorn
That is what animates her house.
animates her house.
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
What? She has an animated house.
Just, like, as soon as upon animate, you just hear a thunk, like a squish, like funk into the mud, and like drop my friggin' metal ball, and I'm like,
What?
Oh, I
Another
thought something
monster.
else fell.
Yeah, I was like,
Another monster house. Oh god.
oh god.
We were already,
confused. I pick up the ball.
somebody had a dream about this. Who was it? Who had a
I
dream
think it was
about her house?
Ramil.
It might have been.
Maybe it was me.
You don't dream.
The only house dream I had was the nightmare with the orange metal.
Wait,
Where does
did I
it
have
get
it?
dreams?
What?
Did I have it, or did Ramiel have it?
Maybe.
Oh my god, it's a
God.
walking house.
Oh my God! It's Baba
Baba
Yaga's
Yaga's.
house.
We have to fight that?
Hopefully.
There,
Burn.
she
If we
uses.
get the acorn, that thing will just collapse.
She uses the
Yeah.
the magic of the winery to animate a home she has built upon a gigantic rotten stump that causes it to walk as if it were alive.
Does it
I'm not
attack?
It
terribly
is
surprised.
within that you will find.
Thus, the mobile home was created.
Does the house have the capability of attacking intruders, such as a ghost?
Most definitely.
Oh god.
Why would you think
particularly flammable?
No.
I can't imagine it'd be flammable with the dampness and the marsh and the swamp.
It seems to be a running theme that these gems offer life to anything around it, which makes sense.
Yes, but it would have been nice if we got to it beforehand, like we did last time.
You guys want to just take your chances at the Temple of Amber?
No.
Nah, this seems
No,
easier.
I have a feeling we have to gather a little bit more experience before heading out there.
Yeah, I mean,
None of us are officially combatants.
We're not on that level quite yet.
Fair point.
Actually, you are combatant, so if you would like to go by yourself,
Oh,
I do
right.
understand.
I mean, the whole thing about it being like a entire tomb of necromancers kind of makes me not want to go there. Although they probably have a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, I'm in. Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Let's go. There's probably more stuff. Wait, no. Magic sword here. I want to see
Magic
that.
sword.
That's worth a
The
lot.
elves are helping
Also,
us
I'm
with the
almost
Temple
done
of
with the
Amber,
reading.
right?
I'm gonna summon a
I
The
need
elves
that.
are helping us at the Temple of Amber, or here?
The Temple of Amber.
Temple.
Well, at least we'd have elves helping us.
One. We have one.
One elf.
But
Oh, that's
if
right.
he's like Legolas, we're good.
It's like
I'm afraid I do not know who this Legolam is.
I clearly wasn't using Guar's voice, but I'll play it.
Orlando Blumes.
Orlando Blumes.
Oh, I know him. Very handsome.
Yeah, his stage name was Legolas.
No,
Right,
no, I'm just
yes.
thinking about the fact that Bard looked more like Orlando Bloom than Orlando Bloom.
Oh God, he did. I was like, wow. That's what happens with age and drugs.
You should find cover either going through the ruined homes, or you can go approach from the Burgermeister's mansion, the ruins.
What do you suggest,
I think that's.
a lady?
Sorry, we'll see it in a minute.
Yeah.
Let's go through the houses. Let's just
The
check out-
closest buildings. So
And
yeah.
Yeah.
she indicates that this is where you will find
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking because it looked different.
Babalu.
the house.
Bubble Saga.
Babalusaga.
And this is where the mansion
John
is.
Wick.
And these are the houses that are in
Basically,
ruins.
yeah.
This is a graveyard.
All right, avoid the grave. All right, so let's avoid the
Forgot that
graveyard.
was
Babala Saga's house.
We gotta-
stole his car. And
We gotta
killed
go.
his puppy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go steal
Do you know the boogeyman?
John Wick stuff.
This is the person they send to kill the boogeyman.
Muriel, thank you very much for your advice and aid.
Would you be able
It's been
to?
invaluable.
Would you want to help us and assist us in killing?
Shoot.
I'm afraid I have no combative powers.
Very well.
Do you have anything that'll keep us safe?
Yeah.
In the meantime-
did they give you any little
Kiss
fancy
on the
item?
cheek.
This seems to be pretty safe.
I'm a married man.
I'll give you a gold piece to do it just to see how he reacts.
I got another natural.
I'm the
20
only
on
one keeping
attempting
you
to stealth.
alive.
That's all right.
I want-
Natural 20 to what?
Just to avoid their view while I dig a hole.
Like discreetly dig a
Okay.
hole.
I'm digging a
You
hole.
discreetly dig a hole. Okay.
I put stuff in that hole.
Okay.
I say a prayer.
There is stuff now in your hole.
All right. I
I
like
give
having
her a
stuff in my
prayer. Then be well, child, and stay out of Strahd's sight. May the morning Lord and Torm smile upon you.
She's older than you, man. Look at her.
Is she?
Child.
I don't think she's supposed to be terribly old.
Let's go.
I think.
Yes, I agree.
And then we take off.
Okay. So which direction are you going to head? Are you going to head
The show.
through the
North.
houses or through the approach from the mansion, or from which way are you going to approach?
I say the
Well, we need to go north to go to across the
Through the
shallows, and then we'll go. I'm thinking through the houses.
I'm all about the houses.
I'm
going
voting
to
for
go
the
here.
mansion.
The houses seem like it'll give us the best cover, but maybe through the houses, then through the mansion, just to get.
Well, is it safe to assume that you've dealt in shadier businesses?
Me? Yeah, we just had a minor mining operation that was rather bountiful.
Insight.
No, unfortunate.
That sounds about right.
I was hoping that you actually were in such business. That would give us some perspective as to how to infiltrate these houses.
The man clearly said he's in a mining operation.
That's why I said
believe
it's
him
unfortunate.
entirely.
I mean,
He does kind of look like a dwarf.
I resent that.
you know, yes and no. I mean, with my old crew, we were in and out a lot of times, just bing, bang, boom, but...
But we're not dealing with mines here, so it doesn't matter.
Grundle,
Right, yeah.
we're in a land of the damned.
Yeah.
If
Whatever
you die,
you've
you're stuck
done,
here.
whatever you've done before.
Yes.
No, I'm a
totally wholeheartedly agree
I'm a
with that
wanted man.
statement.
I can tell it. What's the name? Said
Beatrice.
you were-
I was about to make the same reference to me, but
oh.
Nobody knows I'm gone.
When you cross the river, you see in the distance, in the center of the town, what appears to be a small building atop of a giant rotted stump of a tree among the marsh. Closer by, you see what appears to be a scarecrow,
Oh, God.
just standing in the marsh.
holy shit, we crossed the river.
100-foot straight, yeah. We made
You were a
it.
little distracted, weren't you?
Solely, a lot of times in my old operation, we moved very quietly and secretly.
I think we should do that now.
Yeah,
I think we're
very
being
well.
watched.
Yeah, we're being watched big time. Is the scarecrow like 100 feet?
Oh yeah.
No.
I'm like, that's a big scarecrow. Shit, so it's
100-foot boar.
It's a giant
Voice is still the
scarecrow.
same.
Yeah.
Like Burning Man size.
Well, we should probably, I'd say at this point, probably maybe stick to the coast of to the bank of the river till we get up to the houses.
We're gonna stealth.
Okay.
I'm going to stealth as well.
20. Not natural.
11.
Too bad, not too bad.
Oh wait, I don't have disadvantage on stuff.
Congratulations.
Aren't you in heavy armor?
And he's in medium armor.
Oh.
We gave him a breastplate.
So it's the same
Yeah.
amount, but without the. All right.
18.
20.
From all appearances, the scarecrow seems to be just a normal scarecrow and takes no notice of you. As you stealth into the buildings and their surrounding areas.
Set it on fire.
They're a cluster of cottages
Marsh.
separated by low stone walls. None of the buildings or the walls are more than 3 to 5 feet tall.
Perfect.
Just enough for you to hide behind.
It's almost better that we don't have Romeo here.
John, dear, get down.
I'm 5 feet tall.
All right, get down just a little bit.
Well,
I'm standing. I'm like on my tippy toes trying to look over them.
I'm like 5'4". I'm like. Really
So you're able to
2 feet. 2
easily.
feet, 3 feet, 3 feet.
Okay.
14. I'm 14.
Sorry, 4 feet, 3 feet.
You're able to easily traverse the area.
Finally, us all being short helped.
If we had Romeo,
You see in the distance another scarecrow.
just see him like laying on the prone.
Trying to find the scarecrow.
And as you approach, there are more and more scarecrows you see scattered about. And one very interesting thing. As you look forward towards the hut upon the giant stump, there seems to be a skull of some giant creature floating in the air in front of it.
Is it red?
Is the skull red?
Like burning with red fire?
No.
Can I? How far out?
Does it look like it has a single eye? Missing?
No.
There are a lot of little red dots floating around it. Is it a death tyrant? Is it a death tyrant?
Does it look like an elephant skull?
How far away?
Oh,
Just saying.
that's dark.
Wow.
Are we able to? Can we distinguish what it is?
How far away?
It's like 500
You
feet.
mean what kind of skull it is, or
What we're looking at? Whatever's hovering there.
it's a giant skull? It's
Okay,
some
just
kind
a
of
giant
creature.
skull.
Yeah.
Do you want me to send that out? We can do. But I mean, I figure she knows we're here.
That's a fair assumption. So
She
might as
knew
well.
as soon as we stepped out of those damn fucking stones.
Might as well send out Ed.
Alright, I'll send out Ed just to kind of do a once over around it. Not too close, but far enough away that he can get a good look at it.
Roll initiative.
Okay. So Ed approaches the hut and circles around it, and it is floating in front of it is clearly the giant skull of some kind of creature. You are unable to
Ascertain.
ascertain what it is, but whatever it was large in life. It's I don't know if it has a size. But it would be considered, I would consider it a large item.
It's floating
Just
there.
floating in front of the door, in front of the hut. How close do you have Ed approach to the hut?
These are 100-foot squares.
Yeah.
I'll basically have them kind of just do maybe a 200-foot perimeter sweep around it.
Okay. As he flies around it, he can see inside the windows, and he does see light inside and movement.
Who has good ranged attack?
I'll have him get a little closer. See if he can't.
That'd be
See if I can't
gorgeous.
make out anything through his eyes when I'm vamped into him. I want him to get 100 feet closer to the window.
Okay. Gets 100 feet closer to one of the windows, and he can see a person inside the hut moving around.
All right. We
I'll
need
have,
to.
him, I'll have him come back and
That's
then
a
I'll,
raven, right?
Oh, and in addition, hanging outside of the front door of the house are 2 cages full of ravens. They seem to be squawking and fluttering and banging against the cage walls.
Just capture
Ed.
Oh, have Ed freeze?
You can't see any of it.
Oh yeah, Ed has to get close to you before you can see.
It has to be within.
Ed
100
sees
feet.
all this, then communicates it to you when he gets back within 100 feet.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'll have him come back as soon as he or whatever. Do a sweep, come back, and then
And he relays all this information to you.
Squat.
What you can ascertain from having a conversation with him is that it appears that Baba Lysaga is home. And she has a couple of cages of ravens that do not appear to be happy being locked up. And there's the floating skull of some giant creature right outside her doorstep.
hey guys, this lady's got it's a lot of bad men, and I think half of that family back from Valaki is in those cages. They just are maybe unable to,
Free themselves.
That's fine. We'll worry about that later. We have bigger problems first.
That's and the skull's a little, makes me feel a little uneasy.
All right. Well,
Agreed.
we can hit things far away. So we're gonna try to take out the scarecrows, or like just destroy the scarecrows, because we know those things are alive.
Do you want me to set up a defensive perimeter around you?
They're gonna be really far away, and like ideally, we will kite them through the buildings, and you can ambush them when they follow.
What is this kite?
It's a strategy where you avoid getting in close range to an enemy.
Nosebleed.
I do that all the time.
Hey, wow. We used to use that. We used to use that in our operation quite a bit because we'd encounter some things that we'd have to handle, and sometimes we'd have to kite him back like that. So it's okay. He's a military man. He may not. He's all let's go all in.
All right. So what I'm thinking is we
follow him right down the street.
have you two stay a little bit like hidden back in the buildings, and then we can take a quick pot shot one at a time and try to just get it down quick.
You might want to help me with my hiding.
Just hide it. I don't know how hard it.
Yeah,
Just like stand there but quiet.
Maybe if you can guidance me.
I can't. You see?
I
I'll
flick
give you
your
advantage. I can
Guidance.
Yes.
I can give you advantage on this because I'm proficient with it.
Yes.
All right, you stand here and you do nothing. Got it? You like squat down a little, get comfortable because you're gonna be there for a little bit.
Clink, clink.
All
Oh,
right, cool, cool.
tried not to do much clinking.
Beforehand,
Yes.
Wording bombed.
All right.
mage armor.
Please don't fuck me, but ice.
Well, one
How
of
do you
them.
cock D20s, dude?
Ah, it fixed itself on the good side. That's still a 14, isn't it?
Yes. Better than
That's better than what was it, a 5?
God.
So what is the plan, gentlemen?
So you see the one on the top right that's isolated the most? We're going to have us 3 take a ranged attack at it to try to just boom, quick
Knock it out.
quick knockout.
So we'll stealth and range.
Yeah, we're already stealth.
Me and Baldur
Whatever
are
we
gonna
got.
be on like 2 sides of the doorway, ready to ambush.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got-
they're hiding. Yeah, they're hiding in the building area
Okay.
to ambush. If for some reason we're unsuccessful and they shamble in here, they can be able to attack.
Oh, and I can stop the movement when they get with
Just in case, I'm going to bless us before we do that.
And I will bless us as well. Wait. Oh, no.
You 3.
Maybe hold
Wait.
on to yours,
Yeah.
just so we don't waste 2 of our spell casting.
Yeah.
John Deere, all we want you to do is keep them in place.
And kill things that are scary. And
I feel blessed, but unfortunately not by you.
And if we're using that, we're gonna have to move
Restore.
quick to the other ones.
Oh, don't forget the
slide it.
10-foot radius. If you're within 10 feet, you get plus 2.
We're gonna be away from that during this.
You
one.
have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be fine, but
get
we'll
plus
be
3
moving.
I'm gonna stealth.
I'll help you as well
13.
if you guide you on it. My
13.
okay.
13.
Never know.
Do you want stealth checks from us all as we sneak up to get in range? Like,
Or do we use our last ones that we did earlier?
those
Or
are
we
last ones.
want us to?
You don't need a stealth roll to sneak up on the scarecrow. It's just standing in the middle of the field.
Okay.
All right.
Are you gonna bless us?
He blessed the people that are attacking. You're not getting blessed right now.
Oh.
Right before we attack, I'm going to bless.
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Okay.
So the 3 of you,
Yep. I'll light the candle. That is a 20-aught to hit.
okay, 20 off hits.
Yeah, 23.
18 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
My firebolt does more damage than my fireball, baby!
Did more than
18.
12
18.
or 11.
Fire damage.
Okay, between your arrow and your fireball bolt, you were able to skewer this scarecrow and then set it alight quietly, making no noise.
All right. Then,
Then the marshland diminishes the flames as it burns.
Spread.
how quickly would we be able to double back and sneak to, along this area and get in range of this guy here
Okay.
from over this side, I guess?
You can take as much time as you need because nobody has been.
Is
alert
it
as
plausible to do it within a minute? Sure. Okay. So we don't have to.
So we're on to the next one?
Yeah, one last one with bless. Which is real good because I rolled 4.
18?
14 to hit.
You never know.
14 hits.
It's like,
14 is danger zone. 18, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, then 13 points of force damage.
13. Okay.
That's not bad.
Double 9s, double 5s this time. So
22 piercing.
everyone's rolling crazy.
Another 13 points of force damage.
Oh, yeah,
10 fire.
All right, you take that one out.
And we see another one.
There are 3 more that you can see within your range.
The southernmost one next without bless.
Without bless?
Yeah, because that's a lot of movement that we've been going through.
Yeah. I had 24 to hit. Thought that was a 7.
Yeah, I was like 14.
8 fire damage.
15 piercing damage.
I've done so many
4 force damage.
Secret flames that were
How much was it?
15
so
piercing?
you're doing great.
Yeah, how much force?
4.
Is that with your charisma modifier?
Yes. No, I rolled a 1.
Don't you shoot at 2?
Yeah, I missed the first one. I rolled a 3.
Alright, now I'm not.
This one you are not so successful with.
Oh,
You're
no.
unable to take it out in the first round of damage, and it lets out a terrible screech, alerting the other
Should've shot my
scarecrows in the area. And you hear from the hut, "Who? What?" And
We were being discreet. We actually were being discreet.
Yeah.
you were actually making it.
Yeah.
And from within the hut, you see this figure clamber through the door, looking around, not seeing you. It climbs into the giant skull,
Oh, fuck.
and the giant skull starts levitating up into the sky.
All right.
Everybody roll a stealth check.
Dude, it's fucking Dr. Robotnik.
That's pretty
actually
close,
pretty
yeah.
I got a 15, so
Wow.
15 total?
yeah.
18.
It's 16.
20.
12. You motherfucker.
Okay.
You.
Well, we are in a building, or a dilapidated building, but we're in a building.
Hopefully there's a bit of a ceiling.
The lowest was a 12.
Yeah.
And he's in a building.
I just like start doing the Arnold thing in Predator, and I'm laying on the ground just like flopping in the blood.
Not as good as my gills used to.
Can't see me.
All of you except my friend over there who rolled a 12.
I'm in the building.
You're gonna get us both killed.
Yeah.
The skull starts floating in the direction of your building as if she either senses or heard something. She hasn't laid eyes on you yet, rolling a 13.
So close.
But she knows the general direction that something is happening.
Would I have enough time to act on anything?
All
like
of you
that?
can take an action.
All right. I'm going to try to finish off the scarecrow.
Okay.
17 to hit,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if I had sneak attack, so I'm just leaving it off this time. And then 9 points of damage.
That's exactly what you needed for this one. It
Don't
is
you
dead.
break stealth though when you attack?
Well, I assumed I didn't get to re-stealth. Oh, I was stealth, so it's fine.
Either way, all you needed.
I
was
didn't.
nine
Yeah, I
points.
just didn't have all my fancy dice
but
in
he
there.
breaks stealth though when he attacks though, right? Or no?
I mean, to that
He was the
creature.
only he was the only
I
witness.
killed the only witness to it.
You can
And they're already headed
bonus
in our direction.
bonus
Yeah.
action re-stealth.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I killed the only
Any other
witness to
actions?
my thing.
Held actions before we roll initiative.
I'm gonna.
I've done everything I can do.
Do I see our... wait, where are we? We're too far away.
We'd be far away because,
Yeah.
Bless
Oh
it.
shit.
like, if realistically we would be like here where my token
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So then I'm just going to hold an Eldritch Blast in case something gets too close to us.
I'm gonna
She's
hold a
controlling
sacred
this.
flame for the same.
Just try and focus her.
Yeah,
If I
it's
can.
probably her magic that is. Should I cast a spell magic on the skull?
Yes. Wait, no.
If it's like a summon thing, that doesn't work.
Save your spells for counter spell. You might have to counter.
That'd be like a banish thing.
You might have to counter a fireball or two.
Okay, so holding an action in case something approaches. Holding an action. What about the?
Yeah, no, I'll hold a fireball.
Four.
Actually, sorry.
you
The
can-
first thing that attacks us.
You can cast a fireball right now.
There's nothing for him to shoot it at.
There's nothing for me to shoot at.
You can't see the floating skull coming down?
Not within range.
Oh.
These are 100 feet squares.
Ah, that's right. God. She's so...
Okay, everybody roll initiative.
Come on, dice. Oh, God.
Wow, really?
You need to retire that dice, man.
No.
Dice jail that shit.
Use.
Okay, Grundle.
12.
I'll let you use the big metal one.
No, I don't.
Sully.
17.
Jadir.
It's loud as hell if it helps. I don't care.
Gor.
12.
12 older.
11.
By all means, sir. Your dex is way higher than mine. Go first. I actually don't have a bad dexterity.
You don't have as bad as him.
Huh?
You don't have as bad as him.
You're right. Well, you know what? Nobody's got it as bad as him right now.
As you are all hiding among the crumbling ruins of the buildings, the skull starts floating closer and closer at about 40 feet every 6 seconds.
That's slow.
Yeah.
And
Eva can move faster than that.
You can move. You can take an action first if you want, or just hold your action.
Shoot her.
I'm
She's
going.
within range.
She's so far from me.
I'm going to try to move back to the main road. So I'm going to start freaking parkouring, running, and only making 50 feet.
Okay.
He moves literally nowhere.
And Cora's just like,
We just see this.
Okay.
And the skull moves closer, although it doesn't really move on the map because the grids are so big. Grundle.
I'm just gonna hunker down and hold my action until something hostile comes into 120 feet range.
Okay. Guar.
I'm going to go 90 feet and also not move anywhere. Up towards the main road area where I know all the enemies are going to be coming from.
Okay. The Volver.
Not breaking stealth, I'll move half speed but dashing towards the rest of the group.
Okay.
And not further than 60 feet away from him.
No, because it's concentration.
It's yeah. Well, I'm.
Oh, you're concentrating on that. Okay.
No, I'm not concentrating on that, but I am 60 feet away.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say if we could do that before you move. All right.
That wasted like half his movement.
Or you can stealth and then move.
Yeah. All right. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna do the same as him, but try and get a harder stealth roll. All right. 14.
There we go.
That is higher.
Sully, you still moving towards the road? Okay.
and now I finally move a square.
The skull moves a square.
Oh shit! I might as well just start moving. Up.
Yep.
You gonna move up, Grundle?
Yeah. Yeah.
Guar?
I'll move to there with everything but my bonus action, then try to stealth better.
Okay.
18.
Alolda, you're still moving in the direction of the group?
Yep.
I'm gonna do the same
25
action. Same actions as the Vulgar.
Okay.
For now.
Shadir, Sully moving once more. Skull moving. Okay, everybody's gonna move. We're gonna continue moving, I'm assuming, until we're gathered into a little...
Until the fight.
Well, I'm going to get until the inner wall, or the wall closest to
The T. That little like upside down T, the Tetris piece.
the wall closest to the road, and I'm going to hide behind it.
Oh, no, just like right above. Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of around there.
No, so that,
Yeah?
so I'm inside the building.
Here is where he wanted. The square he's in, just at the top left of it.
Yeah.
There? Okay.
Yeah.
Where would you like to be, Evolver?
Same, but staying within range of Jadir.
Okay. So like down there?
Yeah.
Okay. Guar, where would you like to be?
I'm well hidden. I'm going to hold an action for when my allies start attacking it to attack the lady if in range.
Grundle?
I will do I need to re-roll stealth since I moved? Okay, so yeah, I'll stay hidden, pressed up against the wall,
Right
and
there.
just a tiny little flame kind of.
They're going to put like a silencer on your finger.
Okay, so she is going to continue to just move closer and closer.
It's like an apple. As soon as she's in within 120 feet, I'm letting it go.
To the next turn, basically. So if anyone, yeah.
So she moves within 100 feet of everybody. And the held actions can go off if you'd like.
Well, I was waiting for people to attack her.
Oh yeah,
That was my trigger because I was going to be able to shoot her before
yeah,
anyone else.
I'll get like spooked when I see the skull.
Okay.
That's 17 to hit.
17 does not hit.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Is she within 10 feet of me?
No.
Okay, cool.
Put those down. Then.
She's within 100 feet of us.
Alright, well then
17 does
I'd
not
also
hit.
attack.
All right, that's perfect.
Does a 20 hit?
I would hope so.
A 20 does hit.
Okay.
Alright. She'll take
That's a lot of damage.
18 points of piercing damage.
Gonna have to sacred weapon this.
So, what happens in this first round of held actions is Grundle lets go with a flame bolt.
It's more like a flare.
Here I am!
What happens is you draw a good bead on her, and you would have hit her, except the flame bolt goes bouncing off the outside of the skull as she ducks down below the eye socket hole and peers back out at you, now knowing where you are. You shoot at her, you hit her through one of the eye socket holes, doing some damage.
Distraction, bitch!
I'm going to, when she gets within 40 feet, I'm gonna cast sacred, well not cast, but use my sacred weapon action.
She is currently 100 feet away.
You guys are all around where Grundle is on the map, but we have to spread out
I'm
and
gonna
stuff.
need the extra attack modifier if she has a higher than 17 AC.
And
Plus overcoming magic resistance is
Yep.
good.
That's,
she peers outside the eye socket of this flying skull, seeing Grundle and seeing Guar. She points a finger first at Grundle, and this beam
are you 10
of
feet away from me?
sickly green energy comes lancing at you,
Those are scary.
and you take 7 points of damage.
Oh no.
Oh wait, no, sorry.
70.
7, 8, no, more than that.
Oh fuck.
Can I
Sorry.
counter this?
Right?
Just shake
You
some of
can.
his dice bag.
It's a magic missile,
Yeah, I'll counter
so you
this shit.
recognize it as a magic missile.
Huh?
You can shield.
I thought magic missiles hit regardless.
No,
No, not with
shield blocks magic missiles specifically.
Oh, well, yeah.
All damage.
I'll fucking shield that shit.
Okay.
Don't waste your counters.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought shield was just 5 to AC. I didn't know.
No,
it.
5 to AC and blocks magic missile.
Well, there you go.
Specifically,
Two things that block magic missiles: shield and a magic item.
Magic shield.
Magic shield.
I just look at her and just.
Oh yeah, that was better than mine.
The magic missile pings off of that, and she turns her withered eye to Guar then,
Oh no.
with the other 2 magic missiles.
no damage from magic missile.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Nice.
Counters on them.
She might. Well, he
I
said
know.
green beam, so I'm
Yeah.
thinking like disintegration or something.
That made you,
Poison.
Was it Finger of Death or
If
whatever?
he
Finger
made-
of death.
it
Yeah.
made you do like a con
I was
save
thinking
where-
like Witch Bolt.
That'd be alright with concept.
But that would have been perfect for us.
17 points of
Keep hurting
And
him.
uncanny dodge.
I do.
So
So
17
17 and a half
halves-
would be
6.
8.
And if you're within 10 feet, you get an extra plus.
I don't think I'm like 100 feet from you.
Well, no, I don't think you really are, but
All right, you're on the shit list now.
So, having seen you block the magic missile, being a spellcaster herself, she knows that it is futile to try and strike you with magic
That means I
missiles.
also have an 18 armor class right now.
Until
She turns, as I said, to Guar, lancing the other 2 magic missiles in his direction. Luckily, he dodges out of the way of one of them.
2 magic missiles deal 18 damage. Okay, that's scary.
High level. No.
Well,
no, high level doesn't mean
Yeah,
anything.
never
Might be
mind.
multiple magic missiles, so she just has a good modifier of something.
Fucking bonkers modifier.
Maybe it's that
That means
skull.
maybe she has a really cool wand or something.
Yeah,
Or it's that skull.
yeah, something cool about her. We need to kill her now.
Guar's like,
Just more greed.
like what? Any loot?
That hurt way more than it should have.
You get the gold, but I get any magical shit from her. All right.
Totally.
All right. Inside check.
Inside check. Yeah.
My deception is
20 something.
yeah, it's really high. Yeah, that's a 19 deception.
So close.
18.
16.
Oh.
Okay, so you guys yell back and forth at each other, and As they're doing that, Grundle, it occurs to you that you would be able to take an action. Oh no, you have better dexterity, right?
I do have better dexterity.
It occurs to you that while Grundle is yelling at you about magical items, that you probably should do something to retaliate.
I tuck, roll into nearby cover, bonus action, stealth. Natural 1, not very stealth. Pop up, surprise! Attack.
Just picturing.
Natural 2. So like I miss.
I'm imagining this stone wall, and then you like dive into like the one hole in the wall.
I roll into an opening, surprise! And I shoot.
And
It just goes really wide.
And seeing that you're not surprising at all, she veers the skull swiftly to the left, and the arrow whizzes by, not even clattering off the outside of the skull. Grundle.
Normally that works.
Well, let's try this again. I pull. This time it's a potato. I pull the potato off my finger.
Silencer, you're not used to it.
And I'll fire another firebolt at her.
Okay.
Maybe you need a bless.
Firebolt for the potato, and then you get a nice big
Roll
potato.
the 2
It's
as
another
well.
flare.
I'm glad we're wasting our turns.
Yeah. Maybe
Of
two.
all-
I'm glad this is a cantrip.
Evolder's going to step out. Oh, wait, how far away is she?
She's 100 feet.
Oh, then no, I'm going to stay where I am. And do nothing.
Do
Because she's
nothing?
too far away.
You know nothing.
Jadir, 100 feet away, floating in the air.
How high in the air?
80 feet.
A million feet?
How much does a heavy crossbow do? How far is it?
1d10.
No, I mean, how far is
About
Pretty far.
40 feet in the air.
30 feet in the air?
Toy.
it? Ooh, heavy crossbow, 100 feet. No disadvantage. Gonna shoot my heavy crossbow and then take my glaive out when I'm done shooting. Let's see if I hit her. Oh god, -1. But +3, so +2. Does an 18 hit?
18 does not hit her.
Alright, and I grab my glaive again.
And it clatters off the outside of the skull.
Somebody needs to bang that bitch.
That wouldn't help with the AC.
You're right. Sorry.
Just
What lowers AC? Slow?
Yeah.
yeah.
Fuck. I need to get slow.
No, you need haste.
I only need haste if Romuald's here. Or Guar. I haven't seen you enter the fray yet. I didn't see that crossbow bolt.
It would give me 2 attacks, which would be nice.
Sully?
All right.
We got range.
I am going
Attack
to
off.
move another 25 feet closer and stealth again.
That's that whole dagger
Down.
dagger thing?
Actions here.
Yeah. That is pitiful, but what was it? That's a 9.
9 to hit.
No. I'm
9 to
stealthing.
stealth.
Oh, 9 to stealth. You're not. You think you're stealth.
You
I
see,
could see.
old hag right eye trained on Guar. Old hag left eye trains on you.
I see you, Sully.
Like I'm still not used to my arm, so I like run out of the door. Ah!
And it's like
Right on the elbow, too.
Oh,
I
God.
have a funny bone again.
Fun.
And that's it.
That's it. Okay. She cackles madly at you. Fools! You will not have what you come to seek. House! And the roots of the house
That's a bit slow.
when the house shifts slightly as it rises up into the mire.
10 rounds later.
Guar.
Guar, that's me. Okay, obviously, it's going to work this time. I'm going to tuck. I'm gonna tuck roll and try to hide again.
Okay.
12?
Yeah. Ooh.
That is a 21
To hit?
To
high
stealth.
Yes.
Am I stealth from her?
Yes. You were stealth.
I do the same thing. I now jump up from the other side. I like do this thing where I go act like I'm out of there. Then I double back, pop up with the crossbow bolt, surprise, and I shoot again. Not a lot of damage, but I hit probably because it's over 20.
Mm-hmm.
And that is 12 points of piercing damage this time.
She goes, "Ow, you little swamp rat!"
And I use the rest of my movement to get full cover behind the wall.
I am going to keep just consistently firebolting her.
Okay, you shoot a firebolt.
Actually, you know what? I am gonna cast a magic missile on that bitch.
Do it back.
Yeah.
She's gonna shield.
Pop her with a
But she
magic,
doesn't have shield because she's not an arcane caster.
pop her with a magic missile
just
there,
one.
so that's 3d4 plus a 3.
You can just roll one.
You
well.
can't just it's alright.
Too late.
Triple threes.
That's
Not
same effect.
So that is 12. No, actually it's 6. Do I get the modifier on each of them?
No,
No,
just
you're
plus
right.
one.
No, plus 1 on each of them.
Yeah, plus one on each. But
So 12. You
So
got
12. It's 12.
Yeah, 12. Sorry. God, damn.
12 damage?
12 damage.
12!
unless she wants to shield.
That's how you use magic missile, bitch.
Ow! You son of a bitch!
Deal with that.
This guy. Alright.
Grundle, that's a lady you can kill.
I'm older.
Okay, can I get closer to her while still remaining hidden?
She has
Yes.
magic.
Okay, I'll dash while I'm stealth and move 25 feet because I'm moving stealthily.
Old
Okay.
man dash.
Typically hobble.
While stealthing.
Jadir.
Not touching her cane.
With the crossbow bolt?
Yeah.
You get this guy javelins.
Let me see.
Something.
Did you stealth at the end of your last turn?
No, because I used it at the beginning of my
Okay,
turn
that's right.
to get the advantage.
He's just
damage.
behind full cover now.
Yeah, I tried using my movement to get behind a wall.
All right. 20 to hit.
20 does hit.
There you go. That's
What's her AC? No,
Or
it's
19.
19.
19 or 20.
or 20.
What you know.
Minus 1. 2 damage.
2 damage. Ooh.
In Dorm's name.
In Dorm's name. And then I pull my blade
It
back
doesn't
out.
even.
My tiny
it just
crossbow
goes, it goes
bolts,
like
dude.
this. It goes like this.
It's just the weight of the bolt landing on it.
And it's just he shoots it, but it actually just spins and just like smacks her in the face, bludgeoning damage. And
I
stuff.
only do one thing. I stop people from coming within 10 feet.
That's my thing.
Okay.
I did my,
Sure. Oh, that's right. You scrambled closer.
Yep. Now I'm in 75 feet.
And I hide behind cover. That doesn't
I
even.
cower.
Okay. She turns to where Guar is hiding, or not hiding this time.
Yeah, I mean, like hiding, but not game mechanics hiding.
Hidden, but not hidden.
You're trying to crouch behind the wall,
Yeah.
and she looks in that direction and goes, and you look down at your feet in a circle of 20 feet around you. Tentacles start writhing out of the ground.
Good thing we're not within 20 feet of them.
Is that?
Avoids black time.
Yeah, hover it's back down.
That's not that big of a deal.
Counterspell.
Ooh.
What is
Third level.
describe to me how counterspell works.
It is if it's the same level as my counterspell. If it's a level 3 spell,
It
it's
just
automatically countered.
Okay.
If it's
If
a
it's higher,
he
I have to
rolls.
roll it, and then it's what
Your
what is
intelligence
10
modifier
Well, no, it's his is 10 plus
The spell level.
level.
versus your roll plus your intelligence modifier.
So the DC equals 10 plus.
10 plus
Yeah, we just went over
spells
this.
level.
Yeah.
Okay, roll for it.
Oh, fuck.
That's intelligence modifier, so that's
Yes.
a plus 4.
So probably just need to roll 10.
14.
14. 14 is what it's a level spell 4 spell. So
Say 20 next time I roll a firebolt. Let's see what happens. Thanks.
So, your counterspell works, and you see the tentacles dissipate around you, knowing you narrowly missed being entrapped within these black tentacles
And die.
and being pummeled. Guar, it is your turn.
All right, it's been working pretty well. Like success rate's only 50-50, but you know, let's increase that to 66%. I'm gonna roll to the other side, the one that I originally was. So she's gonna think the same thing's going. So I'm gonna that is a 25 stealth, and then assuming that works,
Oh, damn.
that is a natural 20.
Ooh. Big damage, too.
Yeah, that is big damage. So natural 20 with 16, 32, 32 plus 12 is
44.
44 plus 3, 45?
47.
47?
Yeah.
Oh, 44 plus, it wasn't 42, 45. Okay. So
16.
So 16, 8,
22,
16,
22,
32.
44, yeah.
Yeah, 44. 47 points of piercing.
How much?
47 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Surprise!
For real.
She is surprised.
And you hit her right in the chest, doing a great deal of damage to her, and she is not happy about it.
And try to hide again. Like just going like behind a
You're
rock.
Scooby-Dooing this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going in this door, coming out of this one. Like, I scored a really good critical hit. That's what he missed. That's mine.
Did you roll stealth?
No, I can't roll stealth. I
He's-
use it.
he's-
Oh,
I'm not. I'm like.
He's pretending.
I'm using my movement
okay. Yeah.
to hide.
He thinks he's hit, but he's not. That's what she
Okay, Evolder.
I'm.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Grundle. Sorry, I was on the wrong spot there.
Say it.
20. That was almost
21 to hit.
21 does hit.
It was almost a 20.
Yeah. 5 fire damage.
She's
Okay,
than
you
two.
lance a beam of fire at her, and it singes the edges of her robe.
That's right. Hope that's not magical.
You showed
Take it.
her.
After I press the digitation it. Dirty hag.
Yeah. You're so rude. I love it.
I'm gonna move 15 feet closer.
so
No longer in stealth, and I'm going to say, "You should dismount off that." And I'm gonna cast command. DC 15 Wisdom save.
Oh.
I hope
God, I
that
love
works.
command.
I hope this works.
Oh.
Nope.
What does note mean?
What does no
Oh,
mean?
I'm sorry, it doesn't work.
Okay. That is not the way you want to say that.
Sorry.
It's alright.
I thought it was like, nope, I failed my
No,
save.
rolled a 19,
Yeah,
Okay.
that's-
20, so that's 22.
Yeah, that's alright. That's good.
Whoa! I'm gonna go prone behind a wall.
Lay down. Well now.
That's my
Tired.
Zadir. Sorry about that, guys.
It's all good. Dorm's name. And I'm gonna shoot another crossbow bolt. I mean, is it how high up in the air is it? Is it 100 feet up in the air?
It's 40 feet in the air and 100 feet away, but we're not using Pythagorean's theorem.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about
Because I'm
that.
not going to math.
5e doesn't do that.
Hypotenuse.
It's just the
Just the yeah, just the longest one.
Nope.
That's a 9. Or no, it's a 12.
12 on the dice. Miss.
Just a bit.
And then I'm put it back down, grab my glaive, and behind the whatever wall I can.
Pillars. The remnants of these buildings.
Sully.
Alright, I'm going to swing around the corner and shoot a guiding bolt at her, shouting, "Did you hear me earlier?"
Don't miss.
That probably did not miss. That's a 23.
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
Gives you advantage.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
it is.
forgot how much. 46.
Do I go next?
Unless you cast that as a higher level.
No, you would have had to say that before the roll.
Well, he always
I
casts
can't.
at max level because he's a.
No, not for this is a cleric spell. 7,
Oh. I thought
13,
He's old. I have no idea.
16 points of radiant damage against her. Now she has a light.
No, celestial relic.
He's a sorcerer and a warlock.
And a cleric.
No.
No, just to confuse him.
Okay. And looking at Sully, or not Sully, I'm sorry, Grundle, you've been a pain in her ass. She's going to swoop her skull in closer towards you.
Yes.
Turn to you, stand up fully, point the finger at you and say, "Die, you son of a bitch." Roll me a
Do you have
Constitution saving throw.
You have proficiency
I have
in these.
proficiency.
Is he with her?
Nothing.
I do have another counter spell.
I mean,
but I used my
it's-
reaction already to
You,
counter spell that.
Oh.
Oh, this is the start of a
this
new
is
turn.
Yeah.
you had a separate turn afterwards.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll counter spell it again.
Okay, roll for it.
Yeah, it's probably a higher one. You need like a 15. 15.
What'd you roll?
That's a 1.
Okay. Roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Worth a shot.
Is he within 10 feet?
You're moving
you probably
towards him.
made
19.
19, okay.
Oh, fuck. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Hey, it's alright. We got somebody who's good at one thing. Hopefully it's not
I'm
like,
good at 3 things.
oh, I'm the good at one thing.
I will marry you to her.
Hey, that's 2 weeks of like
It's getting close
bonuses.
to our magic. And I die.
Oh, if this is a permadeath, that sucks.
Yeah, if it's finger death. Oh, I think you have to fail it for it to be permanent.
I don't like when you do that, Mike.
Keep rolling and adding.
No, he's like,
looking up.
Needing a pad of paper to tally up all the damage.
The amount of times I have to use my like pad of paper calculator.
This is already halved. You take 33 points of damage.
Oh, that's rough. That is bad.
If you go down, he can heal you. Better.
If he dies,
I'm alive.
I can, but
Okay.
yeah, I have 41 hit points. I have
Had.
8.
At least it's not permanent damage. God.
Luckily, you made that.
yeah.
Yeah, that would have been instant death almost.
No.
Well, if it was finger death, then yes.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah. You see this crackle of black necrotic energy lance out and just surround Grundle, his entire physique shaking as he stumbles forward in immense pain and agony.
You okay?
And that takes us to Guar.
All right, she's lit up, so I'm gonna from the one thing. So I'm not gonna hide because I don't need to. I'm gonna be like, surprise! That is 20 something to hit.
Yep.
And not nearly as good, but still pretty decent. 14 points of damage.
Did she move closer to us or just not really?
Yes, she is within. She's at 60 feet right now. 14, you said?
Yeah, and then I'm going to use my movement to get up to closer towards them, like the rest of the group, and bonus action hide for 20. All right, now I'm safe from finger of death, hopefully.
So did Grundle die? I missed it.
No, he almost died.
He almost.
Grundle.
Was like,
He had a good constitution.
If he didn't, he would have died.
Dead died.
Dead.
I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
Bye, guys.
I'm gonna go just like max movement away from her towards the back wall.
Deuces.
Actually, moving closer towards
The healer.
Evalder.
It's a scary house getting pretty
If
close.
you have any potions, you can take them all invisible.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I have any potions.
Do you got any potions?
have a couple.
I have one.
Okay, that would take us to
Bought
a
potions
roller.
and gave them to everybody.
I'm good. God, she's pretty close to me.
She's pretty close.
She's what 20 feet, within 20 feet of me.
Yeah,
Because I've been getting closer.
because you were.
Let her get with it.
I'm going to.
Probably one or three.
I'm gonna back up 10 feet, and then I'm going to. I'm gonna hold my action to do Path to the Grave till it's Guar's turn.
What's that?
Okay.
It lets me kill her.
Wait, or no, until she tries to move, because she's gonna try to move.
Okay.
Oh, I can smite that.
Jadir.
Is she within?
She's 60 feet away.
How high up is she?
40 feet.
All that matters is 60
Not to me.
And not to
For
him.
for him.
Well, yeah. I just need to know how high if she's close enough to whack her with my stick. But
Oh no.
all right, I'm going to same thing. Dorm's name. Nope. 15 to hit and hide back down and cover and pull up my blade.
I did start to move whatever that arrow just popped up. I told you I was moving towards Balder. So
Well, he's closer to you. We just can't fit him.
Yeah,
You guys are all
we
like
can't-
at the same
okay.
edge.
Yeah, we can't
Yeah,
put.
we're pretty close together.
okay.
Yeah, I'm the furthest one from everyone.
You know, we just unfortunately. We can stack the tokens if.
No,
No, that'll make it more confusing.
Get within 10 feet of me.
Sully.
Alright, gonna pop out around the corner again and take a shot at her. Did anyone already use the guiding bolt advantage?
I did.
Okay.
She's no longer glowing.
No sparkles.
Sparkle.
One of those hit.
That was so intense. Just all of a sudden.
Yeah, when you realize, oh, finger of death. She probably
And
can do
she
that
takes-
one more time.
Blanking. I'm blanking. That's my charisma.
Plus
Plus
3.
3.
Thank you. 12.
12 points.
What happened?
He just whacked her for 12 points.
Okay.
Excellent.
Excellent.
I had a brain fart right there. And yeah, that's my turn.
You have grasp of Hadar.
Okay.
Pull her in.
Yeah.
She lays her hand on the flying skull, and it wheels about and charges
Crumble.
80 feet closer to the house.
Back to the grave.
Ah, she's moving.
To the house. She's moving
To the house.
She's going backwards.
Just get the fuck out.
And the house itself moves another 60 feet forward and reaches down to the ground with one of its roots, picking up a very large rock.
Can we be hit if we're in cover?
Depends.
If it's an AoE, then yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm invisible. Don't kill me.
If you're right next to it, if he's aiming for me, it's screwed.
And
Oh no.
Do we get
this
bonuses?
definitely hits
The invisible guy that's
the
hit.
invisible guy.
Oh, that sucks.
Does it get disadvantage?
Probably
It
true.
does not get a disadvantage.
Oh
As he can see you.
See you.
no! Don't die. It's okay if you go down. He,
You were literally right next to me.
he can heal you a lot better.
Yeah, you actually get more out of this.
no. I know.
He likes to wait till people goes down because it's better.
No, I get it, but it's just like really.
Well, I mean, if you die,
I
that's
did
unfortunate.
really fucking ruin this chick's life so far. She almost ruined mine.
22 points of damage.
Oh, I'm down.
Oh,
Down, but not down, down, down.
As a large rock comes sailing over the wall, hitting Grundle clearly, even though he's
You see
invisible.
me now next to you.
Yeah, I'm like, ah!
You see this rock sail over the wall and bounce off something as Grundle becomes visible and is knocked backwards onto his back, unconscious.
That's not instant death, right?
No.
No, but it's pretty shocking.
It was double, almost. Well, it was almost triple my current HP.
Oh god.
And it is Guar's turn.
Surprise! Natural 20! Whoa!
Path to the grave.
With Path to the Grave.
That
So
was Path of the Grave, so that's 4 times damage.
Okay.
Wow. Oh my god.
Alright, so I'm just gonna so that's
17.
This right here. 17.
remember, the crit is double the dice. The vulnerability is double everything.
Alright, so I'll double the dice first, and then I'll double everything after that. So let's see, that is
34.
9. I'm not doing math.
We'll give you a moment to clean your drawers after this too.
Plus 3.
I've always wanted Path to the
74
Grave
points
to be able
of piercing damage.
Ooh.
Is that a total?
I can add more if you want, but I don't know what else to add.
So you did double your damage
Yes,
modifier?
yes.
Okay.
Still alive.
Still alive? Holy
17,
shit.
34. I thought it was.
It was 17 times 2. 17 times 2 is 34, plus 3 for my modifier.
Okay.
Times 2 is 74.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Clearly has been very damaged by the battle she has waged so far. Clinging to life, but still alive.
Move and bonus action hide.
Okay.
Ooh, that's only a 14.
Death saving throw.
You're cheering on your way.
Hail.
One failure. Evolder. Save your friend.
I'm gonna do a second level cure wounds on him.
Ooh.
I don't have to roll anything.
Max down.
20 hit points.
How do I heal once I've been brought down?
Oh, you have to hold it and hit stabilize.
That's cool.
That.
Like 19.
Alright.
Jadir.
Kill her, Jadir.
Fuck.
Spear! Or whatever you're doing, kill her!
Alright, yeah.
You said 20 total?
60.
She moved 60. So she
moves
got 120.
100.
That's his range. You can do it!
Just need natural 20. Use the other dice.
You literally need a natural 20.
Oh my god.
You got this, dude. In the dice tray.
Thank
In the
God.
box.
In the
In the-
dice.
So much.
Dude.
In the dice tray. And that's cocked. And it's cocked.
There you go.
No, okay, that's a miss. That was a lot of build up.
Yeah.
I had my pen ready and everything. Sully.
All right. I'm going to
Sorry, I'm not a
move
ranger.
25 feet closer, and I'm going to do more Eldritch Blasts.
You got this. She's got to be low. I've hit her for over 100 points.
That one definitely hits. One of them anyway.
I feel accomplished. The Path to the Grave, actually.
Only 4 damage.
But it's force damage.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like a bonus heal. It was max heal. So you get to use.
I think
both your-
because
that's
she's
fucking
resistant.
gangster, dude.
That's
but
why
still, that's a ton of damage.
it is. But
Even
Okay.
Level 6. He did 74 damage.
Between scrambling between the skull flying towards the hut and the hut rumbling towards the skull, they come together. She scrambles out of the skull into the hut, and the hut moves forward, and you're hiding, right?
I am.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This makes more sense.
1, 2, 3. It picks up another large rock with one of its roots
It's gonna hit me.
and throws it in the direction of the group, missing all of you.
Oh, that's nice.
It can't see us. Don't move.
You're on the ground, so it would have disadvantage against you anyway.
God bless.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And
Everyone just lay down.
Guar, it is your turn.
I'm gonna try to sneak onto the tree.
Onto the
We have to kill the lady, right?
the hut. You're gonna
Yeah.
try and sneak on the hut. Okay.
Very Guar.
What do you want me to do?
Stealth check versus I don't even know.
Like, what am I doing here? I'm gonna try to
Good
see.
question. Let me look here.
Would it make an active perception then?
Oh, yeah, I'm assuming so.
But if it can see invisible people, I wouldn't
Well, seeing invisible people is different than like.
stealth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But somebody on you?
That's what I think.
It's not like a living creature, so it doesn't have a nervous system, so it doesn't necessarily feel things on it.
It's
But
magic.
does see.
It senses things.
Yeah.
It's magic.
Who knows? I'm just saying what
Yeah.
Guar's doing.
Yeah.
I think this is a terrible idea. Nathan doesn't want to do this.
Do it.
Guar's like,
Yes.
she's on the ropes.
We got her.
We were really close to killing her, I think.
Oh, I hope so, because I'm about to 1v1 her mate.
Fireball through the window.
Did you already use all your third level spells?
I have one left.
Oh, you have 3. Oh, do we have 3? Shit, we have 3.
Yeah.
This just got it better for you.
I've used none of mine. I'm saving them all for Revivify because we're all gonna die.
Literally, yes.
That was rough, dude. Why do I feel like
Okay.
part of me literally died right there?
You come running up to the hut.
Yeah.
You start clambering up one of its roots,
Uh-huh.
It attacks you with another one.
and with another root, it swings at you and does a 21 hits. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I have like a 14 AC.
Okay.
Uncanny dodge. Smash! I dodged it a little bit.
That would hit anybody.
That's like a you. It's kind of like the was it the Mossad fighting style? I forgot what it is. Where you
Krav
move
Maga?
with, where you move with the hit.
Smite the house, or should I try to climb up?
You need to kill the house now? I think.
Hey, you could melee the house.
I know, but
And you take 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright. Half to 10, or is that
Half
already
to 10.
Okay. That's an important distinction here.
Can I check to see if you're still holding on?
I don't know. Am I on, like, what's going paint the picture so I understand.
Okay. So you scramble up to the hut.
And me?
The hut is a gargantuan.
Oh man.
Fuck.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
50 feet.
So you scramble up one of the
Almost
roots. It
accurate representation.
smacks onto you. Give me a acrobatics check to see if you can hold on to it, because I know that's dexterity based.
That
You're
is
good at it.
18.
18. You're able to hold on to the root,
Alright.
but you take 10 points of damage as it smacks you with one of the roots.
Do I have a bonus action still?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna drink the potion I have. Bam!
Good call.
You've taken a lot of damage.
Grundle.
We took
18 points of damage so far.
From my, let me stand up.
We took
Okay.
18 magic.
From my point of view, can I see like an open window or
I can
anything
have things.
Even that.
inside the house?
Okay.
Like the door that she just walked through? Is it still open?
You can see an open window.
Fireball through the window.
Okay.
And just
Roll to hit.
roll the hit. It
Just
does
roll
it's
the hit.
dex
It's
save.
damage.
Or do you want me to roll
I
the
want you to roll to hit and see if you can get it through the window.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That is a...
23?
23. Okay, you hit you get it through the window, and then it's a dex save, correct?
Yeah, 15.
Disadvantage because you're surprised?
Can you make a dex save when the fireball's set off inside of you?
Okay, go ahead. Roll
I think,
damage.
does the house take damage?
Yeah, it's an area effect.
Okay, I know, but does the house have HP is more of what I think I'm going at. This is
I'm
stressful.
pretty sure it.
It's
has
got it,
HP,
right?
Yeah.
28 points of fire damage.
Ooh, I feel like that's pretty good.
That's more than 11.
That is more. Even at half.
Rubbing it in. Yes.
Hey, that's good.
No, I know.
We need that kind of stuff.
Like, just like out of anger, you just see like this vein on the side of Grundle's head just go like. And I just don't even think twice about it. I just launch it in there.
Dude, I just healed
This
that.
little mote of fire comes launching out of your hand, right into the window, where it goes.
Okay.
Watch it kill when we don't even know. I'll find out for us.
Yeah.
Is the house still animated?
The house is still moving, yes.
I'm going to cast a Ray of Enfeeblement against the
She
house.
survived. No, the house is being controlled.
Does I think I have a plus
Maybe
7. Yeah.
We have to kill the house.
Fuck. 9.
No, you get.
Does a 9 hit?
No.
Oh no, it's gargantuan. It seems like it'd be hard to miss.
But it's probably just part
Well,
of-
you what are you firing at it?
A Ray of Enfeeblement.
Okay, you fire a ray of enfeeblement at it, and it hits its mossy exterior and seems to not affect because, well,
It
you
hurts
rolled
the
it.
moss,
It
but
hurts
not
the
the
moss,
creature.
but not the creature. Yes,
The moss now deals half damage.
Jadir, it is your turn.
hit it with your sword.
Keep that thing from moving.
Yeah.
Go do your 10-foot.
Oh my god, that would technically work.
Yeah.
What? No.
Trying to.
Yip yip.
The camera's gone. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. It's downriver.
You deal. You have more. This is the best thing.
Dude, go in melee. You still have resistance
And
to
you
all
take
damage.
half damage. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to run up as far as I can to it and like.
It charged you guys. You're,
Yeah.
you get right
it's
up
right
on
up
it.
Yeah, you can get right up on it.
Yeah.
Oh, how far?
Fucking-
You're not where your token is. You're
Hit
right
that
next to it.
thing.
It's just the map.
We're all pretty close, and we're just kind of like, we can't fucking run away.
Yeah.
Did it come within my 10 feet? 'Cause
No,
No.
it didn't come within 10 feet, but it came within your movement.
Okay, so I'm going to move up to 10 feet away from it and attack.
You can tag it.
Hey!
Smite it.
But much better than a plus
Hey,
2.
hey, there's 5 of us here. Look at that.
Does a
I feel like we've done all the work.
does a 15 hit?
All of us. But him.
15 does not hit.
Dude, this thing's strong as shit.
I'm surprised it has high AC. Normally big
I'm
things
gonna move
do.
It's
back.
probably just because
5 feet.
construct.
Okay.
So when it gets within 10 feet, I can.
Well, don't you have multi-attack?
Oh, yes.
You have multi-attack. You're
You
not...
only attacked one. He hasn't had to.
This is so weird for me right now. Okay.
good.
Does a 24 hit?
Yes.
All right. This is.
Smite the shit out of
And-
it.
Wait for the.
Yeah.
Maybe wait for natural 20s.
I don't know.
You don't know its hit pool. If it has a huge hit pool, maybe.
Maybe it
But he's not
maybe-
really spending it on anything
That's
else.
true.
All right.
So let's see.
He smites shit. That makes
Okay.
sense.
I'll smite it as well, and this is magical damage on top of
Oh, yeah.
my.
Everything's magical.
Yeah. So this is magical radiant. Is it undead
No.
or
It's
fiend?
probably a
Okay.
construct at best.
So, 8 plus 3, 11, plus 5, 16, plus another 3. He's gonna take 19 points of damage,
Okay.
and then I'm going to use the butt and attack again. Right?
Yeah.
Does
all
a
thank heroes.
26 hit? Mm-hmm. And I'm going to smite that as well.
Offhand hero.
Whoever gave me this crossbow, that was a good idea.
Ooh,
I think it was you. Yeah.
14 plus 4, 18 plus 3, 21 points of damage.
Nice.
You did 21 points of damage with the comment?
You hit the tree. Boom.
I hit it hard.
It's like this.
Literally.
Divine energy out of the front end of his
So
staff.
you swing at it once with the sharp end,
The pointy end doesn't.
putting a chunk into the side, and you whip it around, and smack at it with the butt end, and this ring of radiant energy just expands out of the bottom of your staff, doing more damage than the sharp end did.
Every time it hits,
And I just look at the butt end like, huh.
it reverberates.
This is
the
normal,
sound of
actually.
torn. Every time
Totally.
you smite with your butt.
All right.
the
Dad
sound
trust
sounds like
treehouse
forms
hex.
Forms then.
And then I'm going to do 2 Eldritch Blasts on it, and it also has disadvantage on strength checks.
Light him up.
Yes.
I'll use luck on that.
You should.
Yeah. Does 20 hit?
Oh, we can hit it, guys.
Someone bless me.
All right.
Am I flanking this house?
6, 12.
Right? Do I get sneak attack from
I
on
want
this
to
lake?
use all my spell slots on spite.
18 points of force damage.
I am technically actually on the other side of the house. Can
Oh.
we flank a house?
Oh, wait. But you're on it.
Okay.
But
That's
you're within
it.
5 feet of it, so I get advantage.
Okay.
There you go.
You are on the house. You are standing next to it. Everybody else is
around.
Pretty close.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
As soon as it moves, though, I'm gonna make an attack of opportunity.
Not the gas command.
Wishing I had ice to reduce the vein that's currently freaking bulging out of the side of my head.
Ice knife.
Chill touch.
I was about to say I have something called chill touch, but that's necrotic.
Do you guys want me to climb it?
No,
No, we want you to like
Not
do
let it
not
move.
let it come closer.
Do what you
to
do
us.
best. Down. Chop it down like Mario with those the ball things.
Oh, yeah.
Just hit the bottom.
Terraria, minding the bottom square on it.
Yeah.
I have 1 luck left.
God, that game absorbs your life.
Terraria? Oh god.
I didn't get into it because, like, if Minecraft can absorb my life, I can only imagine.
Terraria is almost worse. Yeah.
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 Because there's like
Because there's a
stuff to do.
story.
Yeah, there's stuff to do.
Boss fights. I just like making
Progression.
houses in that game. Like my friends will freaking. I basically log in. They give me all their old gear, and then I just like pick an area and I start crafting.
Sully, what's your
stuff.
armor class?
14, unless I use shield. Then it's 19.
I usually, if you're familiar with the movie Grandma's Boy, I make Madame Kame's Golden Filipino Palace every time we can start up a Terraria biome, and I
The shield's a reaction,
pirate
right?
invasions and
Yes.
get gold furniture.
Nice. That's awesome.
Oh wait, I don't have a.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Spells. Yeah.
No.
I'm out.
Okay.
You only get 2 spells.
You
I'm
put
out
your
of
hand
cleric
up
spells.
to stop it, then
They're like,
crunch.
I mean, you can use either cleric or warlock spells for your
Oh, wait.
spells.
You're
It's just
multi-
Oh,
Yeah.
Any spell slots.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use it if it helps.
It helps.
Why is he rolling?
He keeps rolling, so
Yeah.
I think that's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Someone's getting,
Finger of Death.
someone's getting hurt.
That's a strong spell.
God.
I don't want it. She better. I better not have burned a fucking tome with that spell in it in there.
I don't know what's scarier, hearing Michael roll a bunch of dice or hear him roll a single dice multiple times.
It's the same.
No, that's a lot of rolls.
Yeah, this is really
That's a fuck
scary.
ton of rolls, yeah.
And he's adding so much.
Revivify.
Who's about to get blasted? Sully.
Sully's about
Okay.
to hurt a little bit.
So,
Here we go.
Does he move?
it does not move. It reaches out with a huge limb, at least 60 feet long.
Oh, shit.
One of them smashing into Sully. You want to use your
Shield.
shield?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Use your shield on the first one. Shield,
It lasts for the until the
Entire-
start. Of the
entire.
Till the
Okay.
end of the turn.
So it's
yeah.
19.
And it, what does it do?
It increases my AC by 5.
By
and
5? Okay. So it smashes into you once with a thunderous blow that would have done a huge amount of damage to you. Reaches back with the same limb, crashes into you again, doing 14 points of damage. And then its other limb reaches out, Guar, smacking into you, doing 21 points of damage.
Okay,
I'm gonna use my reaction to hit it
Yeah.
because I can do that when it attacks my friends.
Okay?
It's pretty good.
Does a 19 hit?
19 does hit.
And I'm going to smite them.
That looks good.
Plus 16 points of magical damage. It's all magical because I have sacred weapon up.
Okay.
Makes my weapon magical. If that means anything. Just
Everything's magical. Everything.
Guar, it's your turn. You're clinging to the roots of this magic
How
tree.
high up? Am I close to the platform? Like, is it feasible that I could get to the platform
In a standard movement?
in standard movement and be able to, like, if for some reason she's visible, take a shot at her type of a thing? Like is it like me? Am I still near the bottom of the tree and I'm not going to
You're
make it to
about
the top?
halfway up, so you probably will make it to the platform and claw the door open if you wanted to.
I'm going to start moving up, and as I'm going, I'm going to take my rapier and shove it into it to use it as leverage.
Okay. Also attempting to do damage to it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is 16 to hit.
you need at least 19.
16 does hit.
Oh.
Yeah, the other one was like 15. 15. Oh, so its AC is 16.
16.
Yeah, that's what you just
I was
said.
like,
8, 10, 11, 14 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And I continue my climb. Bonus action hide.
Okay, you get up there and your back is against the sill of the door right now. The door is closed.
There's no way she doesn't have a held action.
You see me climbing up. I'm not looking too good.
There's nothing I can do about
I know.
that.
I know.
I hope she blows you free when she kills you, so I can prove it.
you just go
She may
fly.
have died to my fireball inside there.
She may have, but
We still have that going for us, that she may actually just be like
I'm just
laying
hoping.
on the ground when you
So
go
what are you
in
gonna
there.
do?
Small
I've done
door.
everything.
Oh, you're just gonna stand there against the door? Oh, yeah, you
No,
took an action to stab it. That's right.
and to use his bonus action die.
Good. Hi.
Yeah.
Okay, never
I've
mind.
used movement, bonus action, and everything.
Grundle.
Does anything look flammable on the legs of?
This is a marsh rotted tree. It does not look very flammable.
All right, firebolt.
The tree?
Yeah.
Okay.
15 does not hit.
No.
That's my turn.
Okay. Evolver.
Brave enfeeblement.
Oh.
Half damage is really good.
Yeah. 17 to hit.
17 does hit.
Yep. Now it does half damage.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Is that a spell or is it a cantrip?
It's a spell.
It's one of the level 3s that he's probably been.
It's a level 2.
Oh,
I knew it was a stronger one, but I,
Some
didn't
level
remember. I wasn't sure if it was what it was exactly.
Jadir. This tree is lurching around you, trying to strike at your friends. You are weaving among its roots.
I'm gonna continue attacking.
Gonna wreck it.
I'm a wreck it.
That's exactly what we need, just distraction.
Here's Ramil.
Yeah.
You just
15
run
to
through it.
hit, misses.
16 is AC.
Yep. Alright, second attack. 17.
17 hits.
I'm going to Schmeiticus this one.
Maybe save one smite for a nat 20.
That's why I haven't been using my level 2.
Oh, I didn't remember. how
oh
many
big
spells I
damage.
had.
Whoa.
12 plus 5, 17 plus 3. 20 points of magical damage, radiantly. Blah! And then the butt. Watch this be a nat 20. God. Nope. But it is a 21 to hit.
That hits.
That's a good amount of damage.
And
You gonna smite it again?
Yeah, all his level 1s are gone.
I don't know.
If he does it. I mean, it's consistent damage. We should probably do that.
Yeah, I will smite as well. Oh, in the box. Weak. Alright.
But that last one was much better.
Okay, 8 plus 6, 14, 17. Another 20 points of radiant damage
See?
in Torm's name.
If you didn't do that, it would have been like 6.
Kablamo. You hit this tree, smacking it mightily with your radiant damage. Its root withdraws from you as you do damage to it. Sully, it is your turn.
Alright, it was able to melee attack me,
Yes.
so.
It's got 60 feet.
60 feet of range. in
Oh, it
melee
does
attack.
60 feet of range.
That's what he
Jeez.
said. It had a 60-foot long tree.
Yeah.
Arm.
Okay.
Get closer. Run under it.
Jeez. I'm actually going to book it.
Stay within 10 feet of me.
It's I got long range.
It's not saving theirs anyway.
I'm going to book it 50 feet further away,
Okay.
God.
so that way I'm out of its range.
Okay.
It doesn't get attack of opportunity.
Why would
does
you
it?
say that?
Why would you say that?
No, I'm not going to attack him. I'm gonna have pity upon your retreat.
You just see another lightning bolt incident.
God.
Okay.
10%. 10% chance.
just like hammered into the ground.
10% chance. Fuck. So,
And then rolled massive damage.
he just kept rolling.
Yeah.
I was just like,
She's just keeling up there a storm, and all of our hard work's gone for nothing.
Don't say that.
It's got to be that. It's got. What else could it be?
She's not a healer. She's a warlock type.
Might be a potion.
She's a hag. Hags are good at that.
Look, it's already in the module.
Fate has been set.
They don't go by player.
Let me live in denial.
Don't put this in my mind.
Hey, my fire burned her. She shouldn't regenerate.
Well, we can eliminate regeneration off the table.
Yeah, we know more of what she is.
We've narrowed it down.
Narrowed it down.
God, I'm gonna be pissed if she's like fully healed.
Oh god.
Keeps rolling dice, so she's got to be getting close.
It's probably the.
What's the attacks too?
Yeah, it's the I'm murdering the party attacks. This is easier than the next place, guys. Just think about that.
Yeah, we would have had an elf helping us.
Yeah.
An elf.
Well,
It's true, we'll be-
hopefully we'll have an elephant helping us when we get there.
Yeah.
With an elf.
What would he have done in this fight?
An elephant?
Right now, he would have been helping him chop down the tree.
Right now, but the first half of the fight.
Throw
hits.
2 javelins and take hits.
Oh, that's right. He does have the javelin, though.
That's all. Not a very long range
It
though.
would have been disadvantage.
Yeah, it would have been
but
shooting
I
at
mean, he still could do damage.
Yeah.
So that's
tanking with
that's where we need like magic stone. That's like the one caser that actually comes in handy.
So I'd only take a 4th damage if he hits him. Because of Raven Fablement and
Yeah.
But then I take damage and Raven Female might drop.
but you'd only take
You'd take
half of that. So you still take like 1/4 technically.
Well, yeah, but if
He still
Raven
has to
Female
roll.
drops, yeah,
He still has to roll a
at least a
concentration
10.
See, you know what's really concerning?
But
The last 5 minutes that we've been sitting here chatting.
He's still
and
rolling.
He's still rolling.
Are you within 10 feet? Because you can add +3 to that.
Oh yeah, I'm like right behind you.
So another +3.
Okay.
Who's dead?
We're gonna start with Guar.
Guar?
Guar.
What's going on with Guar?
It feels you hiding behind the door. Lashes up with one of its roots. With a 20 to hit, does 26 points of damage. Halved.
And tapped
To
again.
13.
And halved again. Oh, sweet.
To 7.
Oh.
To 6.
Oh,
6 damage.
oh, that's so much better.
That is a lot better.
Oh, you suck. I feel.
I love these utilities.
I see you coming. Ah!
Oh no. Oh.
Grundle,
Oh, shit.
with a nat 20, hits you.
Oh, I cancel the nat 20 because I can do that. Sentinel at Death's Door. It's a regular hit. No.
It still hits him. It just doesn't do double
Yeah.
damage.
Okay, so
Just have that. And have
28 points of damage,
Halved to 4.
which is halved 14.
You are the savior of this world.
Yeah.
Fucking Christ, thank God.
Hits you again
Ah,
I'm dead.
with a 28,
I'm dead.
doing.
I have 4 hit points.
Okay, well, it knocks you unconscious then.
wow.
But it doesn't take 2 death saves on you.
Yeah, because
it hits you with another halved, would be 16 points of damage. So
not
So you hit me 3 times?
hit you twice.
Twice. Yeah, no, I'm
Which-
definitely down.
Yeah.
all right.
So knocks you unconscious, smacks you around,
I feel okay.
I'm gonna use my reaction to attack
and
it.
you are the hero of the night.
Yeah.
And it makes a con save.
The house does?
Yeah. Well, this is to see if it remains enfeebled.
That would be awesome.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
A 18.
Yeah, it's not enfeebled anymore.
Well, that was nice while it lasted.
Yeah.
We got to take it down in one turn
I'm
now.
gonna use my reaction as it hits pummels my friends.
I'm just envisioning like stomp. Like he steps on
No,
me.
it's stomp. Again.
Like, ha-ha!
He takes
This is the double bounce.
7 points of magical damage.
Okay.
How is the tree looking?
Let me do some math here.
Chipped.
Well, I've been doing
Undamaged.
Is it looking mulched?
I've been doing almost 20 damage around, or over 20 damage.
It looks more than bloody.
Hey.
If a tree can be bloody.
It looks sappy.
It looks sappy.
All right.
Extremely
Is
sapified.
it my turn?
It is your turn.
Do I see these ravens?
The ravens, yeah, they're in cages outside the door.
What kind of cages
they're
are
having
these?
shit fits.
What kind of cages are these? Like wooden cages?
They're
metal
like
cages?
iron cages with a big padlock on them.
Big padlock?
That's his calling.
I go to and like, fuckers better help us right now. That's really good. That's
18 on the die.
Yeah, 18 on the die plus 6 is 24 to
Oh, yeah.
pick it.
You pick the lock easily.
I open up the cage and I go like slowly sauntering to the next one.
And the ravens come flocking out of this cage and flap and fly right into the window of the hut.
Yes!
Okay.
You gotta open the other one now.
Can I retry the other one?
Sure.
Kill her.
That's only a 17.
17. And you were able to open the other one.
And then I fall to the ground. Actually, no, I don't because I'll give him advantage against me.
And you take falling damage too.
No, fall to the ground.
Oh, the ground of the. Oh, okay. I thought you meant the ground.
No. I go, and I like put I go in the cage, and so it has to break the cage to get to me.
Okay. So you lock your.
I don't lock it.
You close the door of the cage.
I hope this helps.
Plus 10 armor class.
I'm so glad I got to use that. I'm sorry.
That was cool.
I'm so happy.
You gotta make. You literally did your entire class today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You just need to marry someone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna marry this bitch to the ground.
Grundle?
Are you attacking the tree?
There's no modifier.
Fail.
Okay.
It's a good thing you stopped him from taking 2 death saves.
Of Uller.
Yeah, he would have died.
Yeah, he would have been dead.
Bring him back to life.
Cure wounds. You're back up to 12. You're back up to 12. It's not going to do much for you, but
1,000 mortals live.
Nobody sees it.
Nobody's seen it.
Okay, that's the best.
no, you see it.
All right, I'm gonna be joining the flock.
Right now, you see it.
Here.
I'm gonna attack him.
And as you're attacking, you hear just the screeching of ravens and clattering of noises emanating from inside the hut. You have no idea what's going on other than craziness.
I hope that's what they're doing.
Storm!
How do you do that?
Does he get advantage because I'm attacking him from a different? I don't know.
There's a cut.
It's a tree. What do I'm begging here.
24 to hit.
That hits.
Alright.
But does he get advantage?
It doesn't matter.
Because he died.
It doesn't matter.
12 points of magical torment.
Hit him again.
And second attack. Torm!
Torm slap.
23 to hit.
Hit him again.
9 points of magical.
So what was the total damage? 9 and
12.
12?
21. And it's all magic.
Fucking crit that motherfucker right now. Crit.
The butt. Offhand.
And he.
Oh god.
That's not good. That's not good.
That's
The butt end of your blade breaks.
What did you roll
It
in
wasn't
that
a
one?
natural one. It was a 3.
3.
No, I rolled
No, that's
a 3.
me saying that. Literally.
Sully.
All right, I'm going to then turn around and do 2 Eldritch Blasts
What if he gets
right at the
bottom of it?
big old hut.
Piercing.
It's
Ooh, that's a net 20.
Yeah.
Rules is written.
And
just bludgeoning.
I'm going to actually use Favor of the Gods on the one that missed. Yeah, that.
I see a 4.
Yeah, so that's 20.
Ooh.
What's favorite of the gods do?
If you miss or fail a saving throw or any d20 roll, basically, you can add 2d4 to it
Okay,
once a day.
so that
Between
is
short rests.
Between short
16,
rests.
21.
Better.
Busted, man.
That's 12.
I heard my fingers going like that.
So that's 35 points of force damage.
That's a lot.
Dude,
I have tiny health points, but I'm a long range fighter.
Pew pew pew. You hit it with your Eldritch Blast slamming into the side of the hut. At this point, the house is starting to crack and shake. And as it does, from one side you see coming out of one of the windows this swarm of black flies circles the hut. Out of the other side, another swarm of black flies. And then a third appears out of the back. And all three start dispersing in separate directions.
She died.
No, she's probably trying to escape.
It's your turn.
It's my turn?
It's your turn.
Is there a window nearby me?
No, you're in the cage on the front
I
side.
step out of the cage. I kick open the door, crossbow in hand. Do I see her?
No.
I shoot at the flies!
Which one? There's three swarms.
The third swarm.
Okay.
That is a 20-something to hit.
That'll hit.
That is, I'm assuming I don't get sneak attack on a swarm. So it's only like 5 damage.
Okay.
Or the birds. Okay. Oh, do I see any, like, pine cones?
Okay. Let me narrate.
Yeah.
So, you kick open the door. The ravens are following the swarm of flies, attacking them. You shoot the swarm of flies that's flying out the back window. You remarkably hit some of the flies with the crossbow bolt, which is amazing.
But nobody saw it.
But nobody sees it.
I'm fine
true.
with this. That's completely fair. As far as they're aware, I probably missed.
Okay.
I'm thinking you're dead up there.
You guys see a single crossbow fly out through the ceiling, like just.
The inside of the hut is packed with old furniture, a wooden cot, a wicker table, a slender wardrobe and table, a stool. There's a chest of some sort, a tub, an old iron tub. Everything is bolted to the ground.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And in the center of the room is a ghastly looking crib, and sitting in the crib is a small child. Under the crib, you see a green light emanating from the floorboards.
It's the baby.
It's the fucking baby. I need to fucking kill the baby. You were right.
Terry knew all along.
You were right.
Grundle, it is your turn. You have 12 hit points.
I do.
You're standing.
And the house is kind of.
Do you have a any
The house is the house is alive.
I'll firebolt the house.
Does he see the flies?
Do I see the flies?
Yeah, you also see the flies.
Only had something that could hit those.
Yeah.
Magic missile.
Like somebody with really good range that can do something.
Like, no matter
I'm trying.
what will hit.
Sully's like,
Yeah, I'll do magic missile.
Okay, which swarm? There are 3 swarms. Swarm 1, Swarm 2, or Swarm 3.
why don't you have him? Yeah, hit one hit.
Yeah, I'll send 1 missile to each
Okay.
for 4 damage apiece.
Nice.
So that's.
She's dead.
Oh, if that does it.
Well, we did
Well,
so
it
I
might
much.
see the vein just like
I mean,
burst.
It might take out the decoys. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Or at least weaken them enough for the birds to
Face
finish
starts
them
getting
off.
flush from the vein popping.
It'd actually be the other way around. It's losing color.
Not first.
Oh, God.
Okay. You send your magic missiles lancing towards each swarm of the flies, and it takes out a number of the flies in the swarm, but the swarms are still fleeing in opposite directions. A boulder.
How far away are the flies?
Well, it's a gargantuan thing. Well, you're right next to the hut,
Yeah.
so technically you're right next to the swarm of flies, except they're
50 feet up.
50 feet up.
They're 50 feet away.
Okay. I'll do a sacred flame on the whichever one's within range.
Which one? You can see all three of them.
I'll hit the third one.
Okay.
The best way.
DC 15 Dex.
Tiny creatures have great decks.
Does not make it.
Yes.
8 damage.
Okay.
Just a single fly.
Still swarming.
Just one fly.
That must be it. It has so much health.
Jadir.
Alright, I'm gonna just keep hacking at this tree.
Sure you don't want to attack ranged?
Yeah, no.
Kill the tree, please.
Yeah, please.
Dorm! 22 to hit. Doing 8 points of magical damage.
Okay.
Second attack.
That's just reroll it. Just reroll it.
27 to hit. Doing 6 points of magical damage in the butt end.
Nat 1.
Why?
Now it breaks.
Natural 1.
Roll me d6.
Oh shit.
4.
That's good. You want the middle ones.
Yeah.
You missed spectacular.
Whoa!
But we're all looking at the flies, so you know, it doesn't matter.
Nobody sees.
I saw that!
Sully.
I'm going to shoot at the third swarm first.
Okay.
That doesn't hit.
What is it?
Oh, right. So 7 plus 6, 13.
No.
Okay. So I'm going to try it again. Again. No, that doesn't hit either. I just shoot real wide.
The flies just kind of disperse as your bolts come whizzing by them.
Really hope the birds just take care of them all.
I think they might.
I mean, if anything can take care of flies, it's birds. Good call. Freeing the birds.
I was like, well, if these are ravens, we're going to have a lot of friends.
Or even if they're regular ravens.
That's true.
We have the man of caution and order, and then the lizard of
Chaos.
let's do this.
I just want to burn shit.
And then there was the time where they combined with let's light the candle. And we killed an angel.
Well, yeah.
When dark and light overlap.
We kill angels.
I was like,
And dragons.
I don't want to kill this.
There you go. When dark and light overlap.
It's cool. I feel like we don't have to kill him or fight him. That's how I feel.
He's talking about the diva, not the hag.
This is long gone.
Yeah.
Let it go.
We succeeded, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we got the experience we needed to come to a new level of understanding.
Level 6 is helpful. Yeah, because I can stop nat 20s now. No!
Not only that, you can make me crit.
Make anyone crit.
Twice.
Double crit.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Double crit.
Oh wait, no, double crit.
Yeah, that was like 74 points of damage, I think.
It
Yeah,
was.
74 points of damage.
Yeah. Then with my previous crit, it was 47. Just the... That was something beautiful.
And how much damage are we taking?
I'm in the house. Do I have full cover?
He starts beating the shit out of himself.
I'm hoping.
You're just
can't take that much.
you're just that irritating that it starts beating the shit out of himself.
The floorboards.
That would be hilarious, and I'd be upset. But not upset at the same time.
I think this is the most damage.
Guys, be careful. I can only nullify nat 20s 3 more times.
Oh my
Oh no!
If we get hit with 4 nat 20s in a single fight,
I feel like I'm about to get pooped on again right now.
oh, I'm certain you're going down. I'm just here to pick you back up.
Carry the
Yeah.
team, dude.
gosh, dude. We really needed Romulo here first.
Carry me to Platt.
Yeah, I mean,
I can tell.
instead of sneaking up, he would just go up whether it wanted him to or not. He just hits him.
Yeah.
Climbing up with his hand axes.
What a barbarian?
Okay.
Oh my god. Fourth damage. I did
The
that.
flies continue to disperse and are now 30 feet further away
Okay.
in opposite directions. The house swings at Evolder, hitting him with a 20,
Okay.
doing 29 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh god. Does that hurt me too?
No.
No.
It's a one.
It only goes one way.
Grundle, an 18 hits.
Of course. Oh, shield.
That's a good call.
That's a good call.
Okay, raises it to 19.
No, it raises it to 23.
Fuck. No. That. Never mind. I won't shield that.
Wait, no, you have mage armor on.
You have
It's
mage armor.
13 plus
With
5
mage
is
armor?
13.
18.
No, you don't.
I
You
have
plus
11.
dex?
I have 11 armor.
Uh-huh.
Right. I'm wearing robes.
Uh-huh.
I cast mage armor on
That
myself.
brings you up to 14.
Oh, is it 14? I thought
Yeah.
it was 13.
You add your dex on top of that.
Oh, I didn't know that. So I'm at 19 with shield.
19. Okay, it slams down with a huge 45 hit. Oh, slamming off of your shield as it reverberates around
gets
you.
impaled into the ground.
Your
It's like
entire life
I'm like, oh, so
just
this
goes.
is- This is what Guado like. Oh, I need to get in these holes more often.
It's comfortable.
Right, nice.
Right, yeah, cozy.
Anwar, a root reaches in, grabs you, and throws you against the wall
That's fair.
for 40 points of damage.
I'm going to have that to 20,
20.
and I'm at 2 HP.
And it is your turn, my friend.
I'm gonna fucking tear that heart out of it.
Okay, so what are you going to do?
What does it look like? You said it's just sitting in there
No,
beneath it?
Underneath
there's
the crib.
underneath the crib, there's a glow coming from below the floorboards.
Below the floorboards. I'm going to... as I'm going up, I'm going to stab through the crib into the floorboards to try to, like, wedge into it.
As you
Everything?
stab at the crib, your sword passes cleanly through the crib and the illusion disperses.
Oh, that makes me feel better. So now I just, on the ground,
Yep.
I try to...
You're trying to stab through it anyway.
I'm just trying to get to the glow.
So you rip open the floorboards, and inside you see a small cavity of cracked floorboards. And inside the cavity, you see the green glowing gem, and you see the hilt of a sword.
Gem's shiny.
They're both shiny.
How do you process that?
That's the. Am I making the wise decision or the poor decision? I got. So, fate has told me to go for the gem and try to remove the gem from the tree.
Okay?
How much damage do you take?
You reach
What do
in.
I do? What do
You reach in, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, he's good at these.
Yeah, with 8.
Any modifiers to that?
That's with them.
That was with the modifier.
He rolled a 2.
I rolled a 2.
We were rolling like shit.
I had a natural 20 on my decision-making tree, and then a 2 on that.
Shouldn't have. Oh, you wasted the 20.
Yeah.
You reach in, and
Pull the
the
sword out.
ragged edges of the floorboard snap shut on your arm,
Alright.
doing 9 points of damage.
All right, I'm unconscious.
So you're now lying unconscious on the floor with your arm sticking out of the closed maw of the hut.
God, I hope it like leans forward and you slide out.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, just chomping.
Grundle, it's your turn.
Kill the tree,
You
please.
just nearly survived getting squashed by this
I'm amazed
tree.
I don't have to spend my turn healing him.
Yeah, I'll fire.
I think it
Firebolt
was
the tree, I
You're gonna
guess.
shoot the tree?
Yeah, fuck it.
The swarm of flies are still dispersing. You can shoot at them also.
Kill him.
You don't know he's
You
unconscious.
don't know I'm
You
unconscious.
don't know he's unconscious.
Don't
lying
use that
on the floor.
information.
Kill the flies.
You have ranged attacks.
I'll use my last magic missile to fire 3 missiles at each group again.
One at each? Okay, roll me some damage.
Ooh,
5 each.
5 each.
Yeah, that was a 4 on the dice plus 1. Max damage.
Nice.
perfect. That's what we need.
Dude, this
This is what happened. You reach out with your magic missiles. One swarm of flies gets hit and some of the flies fall. The second one, you hit it. The flies rain down from the sky. The third one, you hit it, and it turns into the form of a humanoid figure and falls from the sky.
Like 80 feet? What?
She's dead.
Yeah.
That's long.
She was 50 feet in the
She
air,
was
then
50
30
feet, then she went 30 more feet away during her next turn.
Dead as fuck.
She is dead.
Oh my
The
god.
house is not.
I just got goosebumps from that, guys.
Dude, that was great. Thank you.
Oh, you were the bane
house.
to her existence.
I was about to neutralize it, but I failed my dex save.
Dude, I'm gonna be up for hours after this.
Dude,
not gonna be
all right,
able to
whose turn is it next? I need to know if I die or not.
It is a Vulner's turn.
It's my turn.
Finish it.
You're trapped inside the
I'm
house.
unconscious.
The house is clamped onto
Yeah.
your arm.
No, I know. I need to. Nathan needs
If
to
it
know how to end.
attacks, that's 2 death saves.
And just
I
so you
know.
know, I've had to pee for like the last 20 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm going to.
That's how exciting this has been.
Oh, this is.
I'm not going to get up to go to the bathroom.
I'm gonna guiding bolt the house, the tree house.
16.
11.
Oh no! It goes way off.
I have like 0 spells left.
You can
I'm getting there, but I'm not
Yeah,
burning
no.
my level 3s.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my
might
turn.
roll
Here.
All right, I'm going to smite. Well,
Oh, I have 1 second level spell left.
finish him off. I have 1 more second level spell too.
Which ones I can do magic missile in second level?
18.
Smite it. Kill it. You gotta kill it.
Smite it,
Yes.
smite it, smite it, smite it.
Let me attack again. See if I can get a net.
Okay.
That's
I
fair.
got 2 more attacks.
Hopefully you hit.
All right, get to reroll that. Love that. 6 points of magical damage.
Okay.
Second attack. Oh, that's almost a 20. 11 to hit,
Nope.
and using the butt end.
There it is.
I hope you hit.
15 to hit.
15 does not hit.
You should have smited him first, no?
Not the MVP.
Sully.
Alright, I'm going to unleash.
The house is literally shambling apart around you.
Yeah.
Several of its roots are dead.
Okay.
You have no idea what has happened to your friend Guar.
Alright, I used luck for that so that way both of them can hit.
Okay.
Your last luck.
Yep.
Hey.
Alright, so that is
Modifier.
14. It's 29 points of force damage.
How do you want to do it?
Whoa, almost. That's not quite over.
I still have to run in and save your ass.
Going to really open up my hands as several red ribbons come out and just skewer through the sucker.
And red ribbons just lance out, just slicing away at the roots, and it crumbles and shifts. The walls of the house collapsing outward. The roof sagging in, and it falls almost to its, like if it were a beast, it would fall to its knees and shudder and become still.
And then Guar slowly.
It's gonna be at least 6 seconds till they get me, so let's just roll a death save. Natural 20, I'm up.
What I miss?
You come conscious. Your arm is trapped within the maw of the house.
Am I under
It is
this?
leaning to its side, and you you would go sliding out the front door if it was not holding on to you. Or give me a strength check.
No.
3.
You scrabble at it, but very ineffectively.
I'm gonna run into the house, assuming I'm gonna have to cast Revivify.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm running after.
Run into.
I'll go towards the hag,
Good idea.
and I'm gonna investigate that shit.
It is dead as a doornail.
Fucking search the body.
Okay.
When I find you, can I?
Everybody grab the breath. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, go ahead. That was awesome.
That was a good. That's probably one of the best fights I've
Oh my god, you. Okay, so you almost died like twice, You almost died. I got hit once, but it was for like half my health. It was half my health.
I got 8. I have 18 points left.
You did a fuck ton of damage just with your
Elder Blast.
cues. Yeah.
I wanted to do Witch Bolt,
Oh, that would have been good.
but that's a 30-foot range.
Yeah.
It shoots 40 feet at the beginning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's only a D12 every turn if they leave your range.
Yeah, that's true.
I think Eldritch Blast does more damage, honestly.
Oh yeah, definitely with a warlock.
Well, that's a guaranteed hit, though.
Yeah, but it's only a D12.
Yeah. I rolled a lot of natural 20s today.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think the funniest thing is I went unconscious and got back up before you guys got
Yeah.
me.
I love that you rolled natural 20 for common sense.
Yeah, no, I was like, am I going for the sword? Or am I going
Common
for
sense,
the gem?
which you don't have, and then you failed at the dex, which you do have.
Yeah.
It's been a strange day.
Strange thing.
I don't know. I did exactly what I was supposed to do.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, we'd have been
you turned
dead.
me into a murdering machine with that.
I am so glad that
74 points of
was it
damage.
Ray of Enfeeblement is not a spell I would have chosen, but it's a spell I get as a grave cleric.
Mm.
And it's at this moment that I'm really, really glad I have it.
That,
250 hit points for the hag, 200 hit points for the house.
was the hag resisting my damage?
No.
Oh my gosh, I dealt so much damage. I dealt half of its health.
Oh, boy.
In 2 attacks almost.
How much
I dealt half
did she succeed on my fireball?
She succeeded, and it brought her down to 20, just barely under 20. I think it was 29 hit points.
Oh, man.
see,
Was she in there just healing the whole time?
She was able to get one heal off, and,
Okay.
and then she was basically out of spells. And cast. Well, she's got a natural polymorph.
Yeah.
and
hag.
transformed into a swarm of flies and tried to escape.
That reminds me, yeah, you get that eventually, don't you?
Level 10.
Transform into a swarm of flies.
I will.
So,
After remembering this battle, that'll be my first polymorph.
Or ravens.
Polyravens.
Alright.
Me and Ed flying in the sunset together.
Grab the.
Hey guys! Help!
Yeah, we're Evolder's trying to run up the incline.
I go up. I grab the hilt.
It's just like an etched line.
No, you'd have to break through the
You have to
floorboards
break through
that
the
he's
floor
trapped
to
in
get to the
first.
hill. It's
Move on the side and then.
You still have to break the floorboards.
yeah.
okay, you
I'd
check
love,
her body.
I'd love to.
She's got a pouch of gemstones on her.
Excellent.
Those are probably
You got this? Can you write this down?
No, yeah, let me do that.
Thank you.
no
Pouch of gemstones.
5 of them at 500 gold pieces apiece.
Are they cursed?
Probably.
Did you check?
I mean, she's carrying them, so probably not.
5 of them at how much?
500 apiece.
Does identify see curses?
So
Nope,
2,500
Yeah.
worth of
She's
gemstones.
Any magical effect on things.
And she's got a scroll on her.
If it's magic.
Ooh.
Okay.
What's the scroll? Do I need to cast Identify on it, or can I
Blah,
just
blah, blah, identify, revivify.
Ooh, ballin'. I will just keep that one for myself
Probably a good idea.
for a moment.
That's
And then I'll
weird
give it to
because
you.
you seem to be the one getting knocked.
Okay. Inside the hut, once again, are a cot, a cabinet, a wardrobe, a table, stool, a chest, an iron tub,
Into war.
and a
guar.
bar hanging from a closed maw of the hut.
Let's check that chest.
Hey, Guar, how's it hanging?
It hurts.
I'll pry him.
Give me a strength check.
Alright. Can it be athletics? Or
Strength
No,
check.
strength.
Just
straight.
Straight,
Okay.
straight.
Wait, if I
Guidance.
stick a crowbar, would it be advantage?
Advantage.
Okay.
Guidance.
Bless.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Plus
Okay,
4.
you crack it open.
Oh, wow. He maxed
And
rolled.
Gore goes rolling across the floor.
I got you!
Taking. Wait, dexterity saving throw. I got a 16. Do I take a point of damage or no?
Damage, take a point of damage.
I went to catch you.
And I grab the sword. Do I Do I sprout wings?
No, you do not sprout wings. Okay, so you grab the sword hilt first.
Am I dead?
Possibly. That's probably cursed.
Yeah.
What? It's only Strahd's brother.
It's actually one of the.
That's one of the holy relics.
I know, that doesn't mean that the hag didn't curse it.
One of the non.
I vamp into Ed and land on it and crucially cast Identify.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't let Ed touch it.
He starts pecking at your fucking eyes. No.
What happened to all the waving?
I attack.
Where's my waving?
I still have a. And
Yeah, they didn't do anything against the flies.
Any damage you do, he's dead.
Well, they didn't fall. They didn't fall.
Yeah, Ed doesn't have very many. He's got one hit point.
Eva at least has like 19 hit points.
Are you familiar with the item called a lightsaber?
Terry is. I don't know if Jardir will be.
This is like a lightsaber.
Sun sword?
You pick up the sword hilt, and this beam of sunlight comes lancing out of it in the shape of a sword, looking very much like that.
You got a sun
That's
sword.
basically a lightsaber.
Yeah, I know. It's a
Yeah, that is a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Torm!
Dibs!
Nope.
I found it!
Too bad.
Alright, you can have it!
In Torm's name.
I'm killing him in his sleep.
Is it a short sword?
I have no idea. I just
Is it
saw it.
or is it a long sword?
Let him talk. I'm sorry.
The sword speaks to you.
It's a fucking you insensitive.
God bless you.
You motherfucker, dude.
Who wields me?
Is it a female or a male voice?
Dude, say your full fucking name.
I am gonna say my full.
It is a female voice.
Milady, it is I, Amon Jardir Hosakuman Kaji, third line in the clan of Kaji.
I am the weapon of Sergi. My blade has been destroyed, but I will serve you well.
Oh,
Together we will destroy Strahd.
yes! That is right. That has been my goal since I have been thrust into this accursed land.
It is a longsword.
Still killing him for it.
It is a sun sword. So you can look up the full powers of the sun sword, but I will give you its stats when you're ready.
Right.
You want to write these down, or you want to?
I'm putting them in.
Okay. It's got an intelligence of 11,
Oh, wow.
a wisdom of 17,
That's more than mine.
a charisma of 16,
That's mine.
and it can hear and see for 60 feet.
What? So it can make perception up to 60 feet? That's better than.
Is it like devil sight on the sword?
No.
It's just perception.
Just vision and sound.
Can I use its perception better than mine if it's better?
It can communicate it to you what it sees.
Yes.
Fucking sentient weapons. You lucky bastard.
It is desirous of destroying Strahd, and knows that it can never be reunited with its blade, which has been destroyed.
But you're not proficient.
Waste a perk for it.
Alright. And then, is it
You just give it to Roman.
is it good? Is it cool with lawful good people?
Yeah, the sword itself is chaotic good.
It's finesse, so you can use your dex with it.
It's a longsword.
It's finesse. Sunblade?
Oh, is it?
Finesse, yeah.
Oh.
It's a long sword that has the finesse property.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, what's your dex?
-1.
Yeah, that, I was joking, yeah.
Well, yeah, he could probably still use his strength, though, for it, right?
Oh, yeah, you can. I was just joking. I was saying that, well, I mean, that means that Guar could use it.
Jardir's picking
Get
up the
sneak
shield.
attack.
If you are proficient with short swords or long swords,
Oh,
you're proficient with the blade.
so you could use it. I'm not sure if Jameer's giving it up though.
Oh no, it's all right. I'm going to get it. It's fine.
It's gonna murder.
I mean,
I will.
you did dump a bunch of stuff for your glaive.
Yeah, it's fine. And we did get you a lot of. At least I
so-
bought you some armor.
As a bonus action, you can cause a blade of pure radiance to spring into existence or make it disappear. So basically, it's a lightsaber.
It is a lightsaber.
Finesse property. As he said, short swords or long swords, you're proficient with the blade. It's got +2 to attack and damage. It deals radiant instead of slashing. If you hit an undead with it, it takes an extra d8 damage. And it illuminates a 15-foot radius with another 15 feet of dim sunlight.
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 Sunlight. It says sunlight. Ooh.
Yeah. That is the sun blade.
Yeah.
Blade persists. You can use an action to expand or reduce the radius
By 5
by
feet.
5 feet. No, it's not terribly useful.
Go to the chest. Go to the chest.
I think it's just so, like,
No,
people-
just that part isn't terribly useful.
Go to the chest.
I'm pretty injured. You guys don't want to step back, except for you, because you'll help me not die from it.
I'll
He's
just
10 feet.
Guidance.
Resistance!
I like all of these.
Everybody's touching you.
And then I leave the room.
You heal for.
Oh, he's going to the
I'm
chest.
going to the chest.
Okay, you walk up to the chest.
Before you do that, 15 points of healing.
Alright, I'm at 16 now.
Everybody did everything.
kinda
I come
hoping
in
you'd
and
go
I
down.
see everybody touching the wall. What is going on here?
I don't like this, to be honest with you.
Right on the face.
Alright.
You have +3 to your saving throw.
Alright. That's good, because I got a natural 1 on the luck pick.
Fuck.
Okay, so
It's like a flipping a coin with me.
It's either 20 or that one.
you try and pick the lock.
Didn't search for traps or anything.
He does it. That's not his thing.
I find traps
He
all
finds
the
them.
time.
Doesn't search for.
Guess what?
It's traps?
You found another one.
Alright.
Oh god.
What should I roll now?
A death saving throw.
No, that's alright. I have resistance. I have +3. If it's dex, I'm okay.
You may survive.
It's a glyph of warding, so the description is just fucking long.
Alright. This is going
So you're probably scared too.
This is going to be a lot.
Unless it's just a single target.
Well, I have a +4 to my dex saving throw right now.
That's assuming it's the exploding glyph of ward.
Well, whatever it is, I got bonuses, so.
Yeah.
And I got halved.
I'm
Don't kill me.
Yeah, you're about to take some
Okay.
damage.
20 left.
Oh, you're
20-foot radius of damage.
Everybody's about to
Well,
get blasted.
no, I told
left
everyone.
the room.
I told everyone to go back.
We
except
just
for him.
touched him.
Dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
Gotta be kidding me.
that's I mean, it's still okay. That's 20 still.
Oh, okay. Damn.
With his addition to it.
15?
Okay.
Does a 15 make it?
Was it 20 make it?
A 20 does, a 15 does not.
Somewhere between there.
It's a warding of finger of death.
Fortunately, that would not be a radius.
So
it would just
you
kill-
definitely found a trap. The first part of the trap.
Oh god.
Oh god, there's tiered traps.
I still have Revivify.
So do I. I can cast it.
Explodes with 18 points of damage.
Is that another saving throw or a separate one?
No, that is the saving throw. So half to you. 9, 18 to you.
55 HP over here. This fuck, dude.
Yeah, he didn't get hurt. He was in melee the whole time.
You didn't even get hit. That's the first time you've been hit.
Yeah, well, this is the
Oh
first.
fuck! That's halved.
Yeah.
I take.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
How much damage do I?
You take 9.
I take 9. Okay. Shit, I'm not doing great.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I left the room.
Next level, that would have done no damage to me.
Yeah. I fully regret having the spell up.
Oh gosh, I don't like that evil laugh.
And out of the chest comes these 4 dismembered, desiccated hands. And
Can I make an attack of opportunity?
What's that?
They entered his range.
Yes.
Yes.
Against one of them.
Okay.
Kill it. Oh, in the dice.
Does
In the
Nice.
box.
it's even worse. Does a 12 hit it?
A 12 just hits it.
You can hit a hand.
It's 10 feet away from me and it's stuck there. For
It's probably dead.
12 points of.
Okay, you kill it.
All right. That's one less.
Okay, you two roll initiative for me.
Okay.
24.
14.
Okay, you go first.
Is he within 5 feet of these things?
He's 10.
He's 10
He's
feet.
within 10 feet of
He's
them.
within 10. Well, yeah. I will. I'll go to. So I'm just facing one at a time, and I will use my fancy dancing abilities to. I think it's dead. It's
Yeah.
a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's a lot of
to
damage.
hit.
Okay.
It's more than 12.
More than 12. Yeah, okay.
Much more than 12, and much higher than 20
Okay,
to hit.
so you killed another one.
Yes.
Your turn. You pull out your lightsaber.
Yes.
Wait.
I will be
All right.
way
You know what? Let's do it.
And I attack one.
An hour later.
Torm's name.
Yeah, it's not attunement. Holy shit.
It's not attunement?
It's not
Oh,
attunement.
actually, this one is.
Okay.
I'm gonna-
15 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. You do 2 damage.
I did max damage.
Yeah, okay,
actually.
it's
So
Okay.
16.
So there's one left.
19.
He has multiple
1, 2, 3, 4.
Wait,
he has multiple
Oh, looking at multiple attack.
I have multiple.
Hit the other one. Kill it.
Natural 20.
And you chop it in half.
Fucking-
It's very dead.
1 damage.
Okay. There are 4 severed limbs lying on the floor and an
I
open
want
chest.
that back.
Let's stab him. No. Torm.
I'm going to have that. I look.
The sword?
Yeah, I'm talking to him. I peer into the chest.
You see a small sack, a vial, the scrolls she had, a couple of, actually 2 sacks, a vial of liquid, a set of pan pipes, and a rock.
I check for traps. That is a 20-something.
This time there are no traps.
I pick
You've
everything.
activated all traps.
Hey, okay, I think it's safe now.
Oh, really?
And from outside the hut, you hear, "What the fuck just happened?"
Are you alive?
As I take, what was it, fire damage or whatever?
I come back with a bunch of with all the stuff. I'm like, I found stuff.
War found the traps.
I'm going to dash away from the hut to get 65 feet away,
Okay.
and the spell ends.
Can't you just drop it?
No.
Oh.
I'm like, okay. I'm walking back and I'm like, what are we running from? Where you going?
You just see charred skin.
Guar! Traps!
I found them. Yep, and a bunch of loot and a rock.
And that seems odd.
Sit down. Can I
I like the evil
identify the
laugh
rock?
with that.
It's the seed.
Oh, is it the seed?
No, the seeds in the.
Oh, I thought you grabbed the seed.
I was.
You guys, they got the sword, but the seed's still in the.
I haven't
tree.
left.
Yes, it is. It's still
I
sitting there.
haven't left the hut, so I'm gonna go grab the seed.
Okay, you pick up the seed, and it is much like the other one that you found.
Identify. It's an old magic.
It's very old.
No, I was thinking the rock. Lux.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Enough playing around. Give me the sword.
Oh.
Actually, I'm on Guar's side with this.
I'm way better with it than you are.
Imagine if he were to attack Strahd with that, with his massive damage. Besides, we rely on you for distance.
Yeah.
You're supposed to keep everyone 10 feet away. How do you do that with that? I just need a magical weapon.
Well, yeah, and that would be very good for you.
10-foot glaive.
And that would be very good for you.
I know, that's why I'm pushing for it.
Okay.
Look, I'll give you something for it.
There is
I buried all
in
this
the
stuff.
bags. You have 1,300 gold pieces.
Oh my god.
I'll give you one of those bags.
You guys take the time to identify the vial.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
And the stone.
And the stone.
you
It's
relinquish the
a oil of
blade?
sharpness.
Oil of sharpness?
You give me the sword, Lily.
I don't want to. Terry doesn't want to, but Jordir's going to.
There's a pouch containing
Command
10
him.
still
plus
have mother's
1
milk.
sling bullets.
Command him
containing
to give him the
test
sword.
10 plus
You already
30.
gave him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Because he said he wasn't going to do it.
It's a one word.
Let him give us loot.
Yeah.
The
he's trying to do
pipes
this.
are a set of pipes of haunting. And the stone is a luck stone.
I keep the luck stone for myself
Damn it.
and give everybody else their fair share. And I'll take a sack of gold too for my troubles.
Yes,
No, I still have the gems. I got the gems. So actually, I got 25
Yeah.
gold from the gems.
Yeah, because the one person you want to keep alive is the wizard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Plus 1 to ability checks and saving throws on that luck stone. The pipes of haunting. Anybody proficient in wind instruments except, I believe,
Mule is the only one, I think.
Yeah.
I'm good with drums.
Let me see. Nope. Mason's tools.
That's playing cards.
Yeah, I mean, I think he actually is
Yeah.
proficient.
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah,
No,
wind
he is.
instruments.
That's like the
So,
That's
if
his
you
thing.
ever see Remule again,
That's a good item for him.
it's a good item for him. It has 3 charges. You can expend 1 charge to play an eerie spellbinding tune. Any creature within 30 feet of you that hears you play must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or become frightened for 1 minute.
Nice.
It's actually pretty good for him.
If you wish, all creatures in the area that aren't hostile towards you automatically succeed.
Damn.
And then you can re-roll your saving throw at the end of the turn.
If you succeed, you're immune for 24 hours, and you get 1d3 charges every day.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
So, there you go. Good job, guys. Nice battle.
Honestly, if the sword wasn't
What
finessable,
does the luck stone
I
do?
probably wouldn't have given him.
Well, it would have been stupid to give it to us.
No, I wouldn't want it if it was.
No,
but
ability
that's
checks and saving
the perfect
throws.
weapon for me.
That's why I was.
It
like,
increases my chance to hit, which I need desperately.
So now I have a 18 passive perception.
All right, and I can if I'm using the sword two-handed.
No.
I do a D10.
Not
No,
versatile, is it?
I don't know. I just
No,
it says secondary
longsword.
damage on this.
Long swords are versatile, but
I'm gonna
Oh,
say
you're right.
it just has the secondary damage, like the alternate on roll 20's entry, but we don't need to use that because I'm probably gonna do offhand attacks now because
Yeah.
I can use it offhand with a short sword.
Well, it counts as a longsword.
Oh, it counts as a long sword, but I still can add proficiency
Yeah.
because it's a short sword. And that. Okay, so I can't use offhand attacks, so I'm gonna use 2 hands.
Yeah, I guess
Nah, I'll just do the D8.
it doesn't have weight to it, so
Yeah.
only thing is you won't be able to stealth while it's activated.
The only thing you
bonus
won't be able
action
to
to
do is
turn on
smite
and
with it.
Huh?
You won't be able to smite with it. He's just trying to justify it.
Yeah.
He's just sort of-
Yeah, but I
Smite
don't.
with it.
When I'm gonna be using,
Like I said, I'm just not
I'm gonna be using that.
Does it count as a light weapon?
So the thing is, I can use that when I'm in melee with you guys, and I don't need to be stealth.
Yeah.
Like mechanically, I've already thought this through. Otherwise, I wouldn't have won it.
Yeah.
although the imagery of him like sneaking up behind someone and you see him just glow.
You just use your bonus action and action to just open it into
Oh, that's gonna happen at least once. Like probably a civilian that doesn't deserve it. But nah, I wouldn't do that.
No survivors.
No, the sword is good.
I know that's why I'm not gonna do that. I'm a neutral person.
Just throwing it out there, but we might need to catch a couple weeks.
Yeah. I'm
Just throwing that out there, the stream is still going. So
Oh yeah, no.
Hey!
I forgot about that for like 2 seconds.
We were so excited.
I love new loot. Hey guys, thanks for watching. That is episode 10 of Curse of Strahd. We are going to continue with episode 11 next Friday.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
next Friday.
Good job.
Bye bye,
for
everybody.
joining
Have a
us.
wonderful time.
Have a good night, good weekend, happy Mother's Day to those watching.
Happy Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
To your mothers, and mothers.
Safe to say we love the Lord.
Maybe.